Rumble, YouTube, family, what's good? What's happening? Willkommen, welcome to Ironwork 92,000's channel, where we talk about every and anything, obviously, that involves the true Earth. And of course, today is True Earth Tuesday. Man, whoo, we got a packed house tonight, y'all. My Lord, I can't even hold it down. So many people right now. Guys, one at a time, please, please, one at a time. Anyway, before I start and continue, let me say what's up to the family. Shannon Emerson, how are you doing? You're here today. It's good to see you 2 consecutive weeks. All right. Ida Hill, amazing. It's good to see you too. All right. Hey, man, it's not the map. I get it. It's not the map, but we're still going to have some stuff for you today. Shalom Shire Farm. How you doing, Shalom Shire? Okay. I think this is my first time seeing you, but welcome. It's good to see you anyway, regardless. And make yourself at home. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. See, so Shannon Emerson and Ida Hill, they're basically part of the Voltron that makes the chat of this show. You know what I'm saying? So definitely get in good with the folks in the chat and say hi, man. Make yourself feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, everybody. It's good to see y'all, man. It's good to see y'all. We've it's been a pretty wild week this week here in the in the True Earth community, right? One of the things that I do myself is as you guys come in, make sure to hit those likes, hit those shares, and all that stuff, and hit those subs as well. If you hadn't subbed, make sure you sub. But one of the things that I notice is that there's certain channels that I go to and certain channels that I kind of rely upon. You know what I'm saying? Uh, one of those is Flat Earth Banjo, Japan, USA. If you're not familiar with them, if you think you might have heard of him, he typically does a lot of TikTok mashup during the week, and then on Sunday he has his live. You know what I'm saying? And you may have heard his voice like this, and his name is Eddie Allen Carr, and he comes from South America. And sometimes, as of late, he's talking about Jaren and Austin with it. And he has his 16 flights that show that the earth is flat. So, that's his voice. He's got a very soft kind of tone, but he's a cool dude. And I love Eddie's stuff. So, if you hadn't, and by the way, shout out to Flat Earth Banjo, but especially as of late, I love going to his channels because either if he's not interviewing somebody, he's going to discuss something that's going to be happening or supposed to be happening here in the next 3 months, right? That's everybody knows, the final experiment. So before we continue from our perspective, right, I'm going to let Eddie kind of do his thing, discuss what he discussed here on this past Sunday. So if you guys don't know, Jaren, look, okay, this isn't an episode of Dynasty or Fantasy, them soap operas or nothing like that. I'm not trying to turn this into a soap opera or a drama, but from one side of a channel that's got a big following, the biggest flat earth following, everybody knows who this person is, right? um he's been shitting all over Eddie's name, right? And we don't like it. I definitely don't like it, but it is what it is. It is still happening. He's been shitting on Eddie's name. Eddie don't like it, so Eddie's been kind of lashing back. uh I'm not trying to take sides, but I do happen to agree more with the Eddie Allen Carr's camp. I just agree more with it. I'm not saying that I'm against this other person. I'm not necessarily. What I think the two men need to do, honestly, in my opinion, is come to the table, come to some place, some neutral place, and talk it out, and then come to a final agreement, right? Because, like I say, and I'm not going to harp on it tonight, but like I say, and like I've said before, if you have a big channel, if you have any channel, right, and you have followers, you have a responsibility. But when you have a very big channel like that, to the tune of 200,000 folks, you have the biggest channel, you have the biggest responsibility, right? No longer on the ball. Oh, by the way, before I continue over to Eddie Alencar's Flat Earth Banjo and everything, like to give a shout out to No Longer on the Ball. No Longer on the Ball has been busting his tail making this, and I'm going to show it, man. I went ahead and I posted it in the chat. You can see it pinned at the top. No Longer on the Ball has been busting his ass making this flat earth wiki. And you want to know something? No Longer on the Ball, brother. Yo, I want to give you your flowers right now. You guys need to say what's up to this dude. You guys go ahead, sub to this man's channel, like his stuff. He has been doing yeoman's work. All right. And I'm gonna show you right here. Let me show y'all because we talk about it all the time. I put it and I pin it inside the chat from time to time. But if you guys don't know, and here's my assumption. I will. You know it ain't a Ironworks 92,000 production unless the internet goes out for a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the True Earth wiki, okay? And then we're going to share it right now. So here it is. We're going to go to the homepage, True Earth wiki. There it is right there, right? And I know it's mad small. Let me give you the full page right there, okay? Yeah, brother. Anytime, man. Anytime. I want to show your page some love because it's actually a really good and functioning page. So this is the main page right here, right? This is it. You're gonna scroll down. You're gonna see, his intro and stuff for visitors of this wiki, everything else like that. Now, this is the nice stuff, but just if you want to do the research and everything else, this is where you would send somebody that is trying to learn of the flat earth, or if this is how a person learns to some degree, they trust a wiki. So this is why I love this page, right? This is where you would go. So let me go back. Okay. And then you see this emblem right here where it says True Earth Wiki, and it's got this toroidal thing and it's got the flower of life in the middle. You click on that motherfucker. You click on it, right? Then it's going to give you like a list of contents on the left side, right? Cosmos, Earth, people, agencies, observations, tech, terminology, so on and so forth. Let's go to terminology and definitions. Now, here's the thing. I'm not here to try and treat anybody like they're childish thinking, anything like that. And I'm not here to play with your intelligence. But if you think you know a terminology, but you're not sure, come here. Terminology. Boom. All right. David Weiss. All right. So the inverse square law of light, right? So, okay. So we're over here and they tell you that Polaris is approximately 15 million light years away. So with the inverse square law of light, you know what I'm saying? So Flat Earth Dave, he does his due diligence. He tries to explain the inverse square law of light. And you're like, I have no idea what the hell this motherfucker is talking about. Click on this joker. Boom, just click on it, right? Boom, and there it is. It explains it to you because maybe some of us explain it a little bit too fast. Right here, they give it to you. And if you want the formula too, for all those people that are all into the math, boom, it's right there. All right, let's go back. But this is it. This is the basics. How many how many times? Many times. Pseudoscience. How many times have we heard of that? Gravity. Boom. Gravity and the theory, and then everything associated with it. This is this is an awesome tool to have at the ready. Okay. I'm not going to get into everything, but I'm going to show you one that hits me like in the heart. Right. Let me show you terminology, technology, observations. Let's go to observations real quick. This is one that hits me right in the heart, right? Radio wave propagation. This is like my shit right here. And this is where I've lived for 20 years and damn near almost 20 years in the military doing RF propagation. This right here, right? And so this is where I live. But if you want to describe how skywaves work, how troposcattering or ducting works, right? And why signals tend to travel as far as they do based off of particular frequencies that you're using, this is where you would go. And my God, this guy he gives you everything. It's here, it's at your fingertips. So if you need it, this is where you would go. Don't listen. And here's the thing, don't be afraid to use this tool because that's really what it is. This man has bust his ass. He's put this thing together and it's coming from a place of love, right? Use it. Or if you're not using it like that to show something to somebody, just get on there. And my thing is get lost in it, right? Get lost in it, figure it out, right? But I just gave you the instant shortcut. You just go to this emblem, boom, and then everything else is here. FAQ, frequently asked questions. This is a real good one, right? Is flat Earth a psyop? Why the lie? Why does shape matter? Why do flat earthers exist? Here's a good one. Why do we even exist? Right? According to Wikipedia. Man, let me tell you something, man. And then look at this. If you wanted to click on that right there, because this is something that we see all the time, but maybe we may not have instant access to. We just click on it, and then here it is. Here's the Romans' depiction of the earth, the Chinese, the Islam, Japanese, Babylonian, Greek, so on and so forth. And here it is. This, listen, and then bigger. You click on that Joker right here. So, man, yo, no longer on the ball, man. Listen, man, you did you continue to do awesome work. If there's any way in which we can help, please let us know, and I will do my part. Okay, I'm going to answer for me and let you know that I will do my part. There's one more thing I want to show you guys. So this is, look at this. Look at how amazing this is. Why do flat earthers exist? And then you have Obama saying, we don't have time to describe blah, blah, blah with the flat earthers, the flat earth society. Let me be clear. I don't have time to talk about these flat earthers. All right. So Michael and I mean, Michelle, we're going to go get some ice cream. I'm going to put it on his butthole and I'm going to eat it. Just kidding. Just kidding, y'all. Just kidding. That's my Barack Obama impression. Anyway, so yeah. So all this good stuff, just so we can be more knowledgeable, or if we're trying to show something to somebody, if we don't have our phone on us, right? And we're just trying to get to something to where we can use it as a education point for somebody else or a group of people, we can always come here. Now, let me show y'all this right here, right? This is the FAQ section, frequently asked questions section. Look at that. What about the planets? What about the stars? Southern star rotation. What about gravity? Making fun of flirts. Wow. This is just a bundle of education and knowledge. Look at that. Miscellaneous, rarities, books. No, no, no. People. Now, look at people right here. So you have historic people. Let's click on that. Charles Darwin. Of course, everybody knows him. Everybody knows Einstein. Everybody knows Eratosthenes, Galileo, Hubble, Isaac Newton, Copernicus, Werner von Braun, right? And then here's the thing: is if he needs help, if you have a suggestion, offer him one. Offer him a suggestion. I'm sure he's open to suggestions. Am I right? No longer on the ball. Right, and there we go. So there it is. No longer on the ball says sign up and help add and edit if you can. So these things are here made ready for us. And I don't know if anybody's ever really gone into depth with this page, but guys, if anybody that's watching my channel that has a much bigger platform, listen, start talking about this thing, start promoting no longer on the ball stuff, get on the page, navigate it a little bit better than I am because I'm trying to show everybody everything all at one time. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, do something, like do what you can, get this thing out there, because this thing is an awesome, amazing tool. And I don't think we've given it its due justice, to be quite frank. All right. Or to be earnest, which, you know, I don't know. I don't know. In my opinion, I never understood why people say, hey man, I'm being frank or I'm being earnest. Like, why can't you be Harold? Or why can't you be Marvin? Hey man, I'm being Marvin with you right now, okay? I think your shoes smell really bad. Or hey man, I'm being Luther with you right now. And your haircut is ugly. Why does it have to be earnest or frank? That I just never got. Anyway, back to the page, back to the wiki page. And so there it is right there, the people, the educated people. But let me show you this right here, modern people. So we have people that are we got Bill Nye, and Bill Nye got an afro. Obviously, that's not Bill Nye, that's Blackula. Just kidding, that's not Blackula, y'all. Anyway, before I continue with that, do y'all know why I call NDT Blackula? Look at him. Hold on. Oh shit. But if you look at Neil deGrasse Tyson, he got that mustache and he got that fro on his head. You know what I'm saying? People, people look at him and they're like, all right, that's Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? But before Neil deGrasse Tyson, or probably during his time, there was a man they called Blackula, right? And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take y'all to who this dude they call Blackula was. I'm gonna take y'all to that time just so you guys have a better understanding of who it is I'm talking about. So let's stop that and then let me present y'all. Hold on. Let me present y'all that. So this is who Blackula is. If you ain't never seen see as a kid growing up, this is who I knew Blackula was, right? This was Blackula. He had a fro, he had a big old, there was Blackula. Blackula. And since my name is Vladimir, trust me, a lot of people call me Blackula growing up, or a lot of people call me Count Chocula, you know what I'm saying? Or just playing fucking with my name growing up. So I had to deal with that myself. But anyway, that's Blackula. Back to the scheduled program, right? Back to what we was talking about. That right there is Blackula. Blackula on Crackula. Exactly. Mr. Jones, what's happening, bro? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Okay, let me stop playing because I'm playing games right there. And then I'm gonna represent to you that channel. All right. I apologize, y'all. I just wanted to joke around with y'all real quick. I wanted to joke around with y'all right there. But there it is. So obviously, people, modern people, and then we put Bill Nye in there, and then we got Neil deGrasse Tyson's picture. But then we can add to that. So he's given us the opportunity to sign in, sign on, right, and sign up, and then we can help make this page better. Now, look, you also have content creators. So everybody, look at this flatter journey, a la Fred, right? Look at all this amazing. It's just a cornucopia of people. Alan Nordstrom is in here. Everybody know Alan Nordstrom. Aloha from Florida. Hello, aloha from Florida. And everybody knows who he is. Keith, right? Anthony Bear, the dude from Detroit, Michigan. Man, look at all these people. And listen, if I'm not saying your name, I don't know you. But if I see you, Achilles 7, I know him. But if I recognize you, Apollo Detectives, right? If Awaken, right? If I recognize you and I see your name in there, I'm calling you out, right? Back to the Covenant, Beyond the Imaginary Curve, Bill Keith channel, right? All these channels. Look at these dudes. And of course, it makes a motherfucker feel good. Coffee with Jesus, Pastor Vincent Rhodes, like one of my favorite channels in the world, right? I love watching his conspiracy music guru. Like all the dudes, it's like an episode of The Simpsons. It's like the Simpsons movie where every character that you know in The Simpsons will appear. You know what I'm saying? So I feel good seeing this right here. Creation Standard, homeschooled by FEB. And everybody knows, hey, y'all, I'm FEB. And ain't nothing bigger than the Lord Jesus Christ and everything he has to offer. But I'm here to talk about the biological standards of what God has presented us and how we know that the earth is actually flat. You know what I'm saying? FEB, everybody knows FEB, right? They're the country twins. They're both teachers, and I forgot their first names, but everybody loves their content, sees their content, right? D Marble, which D Marble just presented. You know what? Listen, I could go on all day down this thing. I could do it. I promise you, I could do it, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, but it's here. All right, it is here. Where's Bro Sanchez TV? It's that's what's up, man. Bro Sanchez TV, and I've been mocking his voice recently, you know. But everybody's in here. Like I said, it's like an episode of The Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? So people are there. People are contributing. At least I'm assuming people are contributing. But if you have something to contribute, then you definitely need to get in on the True Earth Wiki. Okay, it's an amazing channel. And I promise you, as I'm going down this thing, I bet you Eric Dubé. Look at that. You're gonna, you're gonna come across names that you're like, oh snap, effed up world. Look at these names. Like as soon as he identifies you, you're in the system. You're in our matrix, or you're in his matrix, excuse me. But of course, it's ours. He's building this for us. You know what I'm saying? So this is for the community. So again, man, yo, shout out to I'm gonna get off this, but this is an amazing tool. An amazing tool. And this is what I'm talking about, man. This is the things that I like to see that the community does. I'm gonna get out of that. But man, again, shout out to No Longer on the Ball, bro. My hat's off to you. My hat's off to you. If I had a wig, my wig off to you. Because this is what I like to see the community do for the community. You know what I'm saying? People in the community doing for the community. And this isn't fucking with people. This isn't talking shit about people, but this is providing people a service and a way to make life easier, not only for you, but to those around you. So that we can educate each other, so we can understand a little bit more about this realm that we live on. Especially if you're new to the true earth, if you're new to the flat earth, go to No Longer on the Ball's wiki, True Earth Wiki. I went ahead and I put it at the top. So you guys go to that thing. All right. Make sure you put that inside your save joint. Make sure you bookmark that. Okay. It's up there at the top. I put that up there at the top for a reason. Okay. You save that thing, you bookmark it, and you visit it. You check it out. You play with it, man. And if there's a discrepancy, go to No Longer on the Ball, and I'm sure he'll fix it. I don't do coding all like that, so I'm sure he knows how to do all those things to tweak it and make it better. You know what I'm saying? But definitely pay that thing some homage, visit it, mess with it, make it better, and then that makes in turn it makes all of us. It makes the community better. But do not miss out on No Longer Ball's True Earth Wiki. You know what I'm saying? Because he's building it for us. And again, I gotta do it again, dog. Strange, Strange. Shout out, man. No Longer on the Ball, brother, man. Amazing work. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. Thank you. Okay. All right. Yeah, and yes, yeah, Flat Earth is a really good channel. He's been putting stuff out there. Like I love watching his stuff. Another one that kind of reminds me of Flat is oh man, he's new. He's got a new he's been not no longer on Flat Earth. Flat Earth Works. Flat Earth Works. right? Flat Earth Works is a newer channel, right? And his channel has been growing fast. And he does some amazing research, and he's provided us with top of the line type uh material to watch. So let's see, is he in there? Uh Flatworks. Flat Earth Works. Flatworks. Yeah, so Flatworks is in there as well, right? So like he's another one. He's another channel that I highly recommend you guys start getting on to start watching his stuff. Mr. Warrior, it's about time, damn it. I hadn't seen your ass, man. Usually you'd be one of the first people in line to be there, man, but it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. So again, I can't sing your praises any more than I already am no longer on the ball. But I really like this guy's stuff, man. And definitely please get that thing in your bookmarks and highlight it and save it. And anytime you need something, go there. If you can't find it, of course, make that recommendation. And or if you have access to it already, you already know what to do. Sign up, sign in, and then just make that thing a little bit more robust, make it better. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I think I beat a horse dead already, upside its head. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, no longer on the ball. Awesome job. As I was saying, Flat Earth Banjo, man, he's been having to deal with it with Jaren and all that other stuff that's been going on. Is it fair? It's not fair. But here's the thing. It seems to me, and I'm not taking sides right now. I am not. I'm not. But it seems to me as if one party started it. Flat Earth Banjo isn't one to instigate shit with people. He doesn't come off like that. At least to me, he don't. Right? One party started it, talking crap about another party. I don't agree with it. I think they should come to the table. But I thought this is a rather interesting show from Flat Earth Banjo. And again, shout out to Flat Earth Banjo. I love this show. I like this episode that he produced. But I caught it late. You know what I'm saying? But let's go to that right now. I'm going to share that with y'all right here. Here we go, right here. Flat Earth Banjo talking
What's
about.
going on here? So this is the theme for today's show. He who pays the
First of all, that shit's funny as hell, man. Yo, I think, first of all right. So before we continue, I want to say shout out to Alan Nordstrom. Alan Nordstrom came up with I think Alan Nordstrom came up with this picture first, and then he presented it, right? And so that thing is pretty damn funny. And so I guess Eddie adopted this picture as well, and then now it is what it is. But pretty damn funny. And look at who's playing these horns over here, right? You got Jaren and you got Austin. Anyway, and you got what's his name? Old dude, freaking Will Duffy. Let's continue.
piper calls the tunes. Okay. So since this whole thing started about 3, 4 months ago, I mean, it started earlier, but that I started getting involved in talking about this event, it's final experiment already won because they are dividing the flat earthers. No, what happened? This final experiment is a copycat of what happened in Brazil in 2023. It's just a copycat. So when I saw how things were developing, I started telling, hey guys, this is what's going on. The same thing happened in Brazil in 2023. Same thing, right? And so just to brief you guys, okay? This person here, this guy right here, okay? Flat earther, leader of the flat earthers in Brazil, 127,000 subscribers,
Hmm.
over 2,183 videos about flat Earth.
Okay, so that's something that caught my attention right there, right? This isn't some guy that just has like myself. I've got I've got a following, a modest following, right? I'm not going to talk about my following, but you guys, I love you guys. Let me be let me here. I love you guys. These guys have big followings to the tunes of 100,000 people, right? So pay attention to that. And this is in South America now. So that's a lot of people. I didn't even know about this dude, right? So let's continue. Let's continue.
Okay, he posted like 2 videos a day for 7 years,
Hmm.
right? And this is version of the Brazilian Mactoon version. Okay, this guy. Certainly, these two guys in about August, September, August, towards August, September, they team up in Brazil. Okay, with this, let's go to Antarctica in December 2024.
Huh.
Let's film the 24-hour sun and show a display and just debunk flat Earth.
Now, okay. So these guys are being identified. That guy on the left, which I thought that was Denzel in that new movie coming out, right? This dude on the left, he looked like if he threw a do rag on, he'd look like Denzel in Training Day. The dude on the right is the Brazilian McToon that Eddie identified as a Brazilian McToon. I thought that was interesting that they did something similar to doing an experiment like that, or wanting to conduct an experiment like that some time ago, right? With that Brazilian McToon guy. I thought that was mad interesting, but I digress.
And this guy was a shock because I myself have exchanged emails with him. You know, he spoke about me in his channel. I never spoke about him in my channel because I always speak. We do my shows in English. But since I'm from Brazil and he always highlighted my work, you know, his name is Leandro. So sometime back in
It even got it even got McToon Brazilian version. I got all right, let's continue. Oh, and here's another thing that I find funny, right? I find funny that they're in South America already. They see what the sun does. South America is a lot closer to the Antarctic region than we are here in New York, Virginia, anybody in the North American continent, right? So if you're in Brazil, more than likely you're in the middle of the South American continent. You're a lot closer to what's going down in the Tropic of Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I think more than likely you're like on the Tropic of Capricorn. So let's continue.
August 2023, we all found it very strange. He became cozier and cozier with this guy. All of a sudden, started calling each other bro, bro here, bro there. Let's get into it. 2024. And they started this in about August 2023. So, of course, they raised red flags. All the flat earthers in Brazil was like, what's going on with this guy? You know, immediately. So what I think the flat earthers in Brazil are a little bit ahead of you guys in the US. So here it is on his YouTube channel. And he used to finish his videos a terra plana até a segunda ordem, meaning Earth is flat up to the new order from whoever is behind him. We always found it strange, but we never thought that you know that would happen. So when I say that flat earthers in Brazil are a little bit ahead of you guys, because immediately when he started,
Yeah.
with this thing, and the Brazilians, the Brazilian flat earthers reacted quickly, identified him, isolated him, and exposed him. So, no, you're not a flat earther. You cannot be a flat earther saying the things you're saying, doing the things you're doing, partnering with the people that you are partnering with.
Now, uh before we jump on what Eddie just said right there, right? Um So Shalom Shire Farm, how you doing? Shalom Shire Farm. I agree with you. There's a lot that I learned from every one of these flat earth channels. I learned something. Some more than others, but I'm learning something from all of them, right? So a lot of the stuff that I come up with myself or I think I come up with myself, oftentimes I might have found that or I'll end up finding that from another channel as well. But there are channels out there that you learn a lot from, right? I've learned stuff from Jaren. I've learned some from stuff from Globebusters, David Weiss, uh, Austin. The list goes on. Flat Works is new, and I learned stuff from him, and he's a new channel. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Allen Carr. I learned stuff from everybody, everybody. And but the thing is at some point you may have to let that person go, right? Like I was feeling terrible that Jaren is caught up in this mire, and I'm hoping to Christ that he something happens to where everything is good and we reconvene and all our differences are cast aside. Is that going to happen? I hope so. I'm hoping so, but do I foresee that? I'll be realistic with you. I don't. I don't foresee that at all. I see this as a form of division. Yes. Um, but also with these guys buddying up with uh freaking what's his name over here? Jeez, Will Duffy, right? Now, you have to see the size of their channel. They've gotten a lot of notoriety, right? Jaren, the bigger channel, Austin Whitsitt, the smaller channel, but still a very capable and effective channel. If you've got over 10,000 people and you're watching, if you've got over 5,000 people, right, you still have a lot of people watching, right? And that's still a good channel, I think. I think this is a good and capable channel if you have 5,000 people. Now you multiply that by 20, you have 100,000 people, you have 200,000 people, right? I think we take for granted these numbers. And so, Lord knows, if a man like Will Duffy comes to you with the bag and you are not necessarily struggling, but how are you going to react, right? This is something I think this is a question that we really need to ask ourselves. I know how I'd react, right? I've got other sources of income myself. So I'm good. I'm solid. Maybe somebody else might not, right? And YouTube may be their only source of income and they're just really good at YouTube, right? But even still, what are their sources of income? And so if what's his name, Will Duffy's coming to you with the bag, and then he's like, "Yo, man, I got a proposition for you. Yo, could you think you could do this and do that? And all you have, this is all you got to do is this, and you're not going to compromise your morals for the most part. You think you could do it for $1.5 million, or $3 million, or hell, $500,000? Man, a lot of people might look at that and be like, "Yo, with that money, I could A, B, and C." Right? I don't I mean, I'm not saying I don't think we're looking at it from that perspective, but I feel that I feel That might not be you. If you think you personally might not do it, that's cool. But that might not be that other person. That might just be you. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the chat real quick before we continue. Okay. That's Flatwater's channel. Thank you, Shannon Emerson. I appreciate you for that. And yes, as we're coming along and we're seeing these channels and talking about them, thank you, Shannon Emerson, for doing the yeoman's work and for putting that info in there. You're very much appreciated, and so are your efforts. Thank you. Okay. So yes, like again, I like Austin Whitsitt stuff, but if it's leading us to the lake of fire, I don't even know if I want that smoke no more, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not saying that any of I don't yeah. The last globe experiment was an Eratosthenes, yeah. So what we got here, Ida. You know, I never understood why people thought didn't sell was so good looking. Yeah, you know, Denzel. Oh Lord have mercy. You talking about Denzel. Zell. Chew up the meat, spit out the bones. Yeah, it is. That's what it is. And so it's not about who you like, but it's about who's giving you the truth, who's being honest with you, right? And who's being upfront, who's being earnest or frank with you about the information, right? Who's being sincere and who's delivering, who comes to deliver. And so no longer on the ball says, I'd like to ask you about the Jaren. Then he says he's a shill, but I haven't seen it. I've been watching him for years. So a lot of people feel as if may feel he's a shill. Yes. One of them is Jake the asshole that feels that Jaren is an absolute shill, 100,000%. Right. And then you have many, but here's the thing is many people follow what a lot of content creators just say, right? I tend, and I'm not saying that everybody's like that, but I'm just saying many people follow with what the content creator is saying. With me, listen, I'm just trying to present my opinion, right? How I feel about a situation. I'm not saying that you guys have to follow how I feel. Definitely look at the tree and the fruit that it's producing and who they're looking to serve, right? What master are they looking to serve? And are they trying to better the community? Are they trying to provide a service to where the community is getting better, right? You know what I'm saying? To where the community is getting something out of it, to where the community could link up with other people and grow, right? And not just hoard everybody and be like, nah, you just going to get from me alone. No, 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 no. Boom, 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 boom. No. Mm-mm. This is a growing and a big and a growing community. And my thing is, I'd like to see a lot of you other guys out there that have the gift. Maybe you have the gift of gab, right? And then you could present to the community, like no longer on the ball. I remember meeting you at through Vika's channel. And Vika, we know Vika Drazif as the creator of the mechanical realm. And also we've got some projects in line. And here's another thing, right? Is it's a synergistic effect. We've got a project in line to where we're recreating the Antikythera mechanism. So if you want to get on with that, let me know if you are serious and you want to get on with building this Antikythera mechanism. Let me know. I will let Vika know, or we can let Vika know, and we could get started on this. This is where I got with no longer on the ball, right? And I didn't know what you were all about, but I see that you've been putting this project together and you've been working on it and you've grown since, right? And I'm very happy to be part of your journey, wherever that may take you. I'm happy to be a part of it. These guys are happy to be a part of it. But this is what I'm talking about. If you're bringing the community together for something good and you're growing the community, then by all means, like stick around. But if you're looking to spread lies and bullshit content, right? And just joke about this and all you want to do is sell merch, like what are you giving to the community? How are you looking to grow the community? And this is where I'm torn. And Mr. Jones, I see what you say. Chew up the meat, spit out the bones, get rid of the bad stuff, right? But then you have to think with all the good things that we learned from some of these guys, if they're starting to produce bad fruit, what do you do? my thing is I'm always looking to salvage something and make it better, right? And not just cast somebody aside. But how long do we continue down a path of destruction if we feel that what the person is providing and giving us is destructive to the rest of the community? Does that make any sense? You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Laid a domino effect of funk on the community. He has, yes, he has. And I've been saying from day one, man, this dude is coming to divide the community. I've been saying that from day one. I was like, these guys are dividing the community. It ain't good. I don't like it. Right. And with all the vitriol coming from one party to another, it's like, this is division 101, man. This don't look good. And so the globe earthers, they double down, and then they get, oh, so you guys are scared. You guys, they're like egging us on. You know what I'm saying? And we're not scared about it. We just feel that some people within our community that have the opportunity to go to Antarctica are being tricked. It's a trick. It's a trap. Like freaking General Akbar, Admiral Akbar say in Star Wars. It's a trap. Well, they haven't went yet. People are spiraling because it's the possibilities of what could happen if they do go. That's why people are so concerned. They use Jaren on behind the curve hit piece. Nah, you're right. And that's another thing that Awaken Nemesis, what's going on, brother? It's always a pleasure to see you, man. And that's why a lot of people are a little bit apprehensive as to Jaren going, right? Jake the asshole is perhaps the shield. Probably. Probably. He's got his own view on how the sun functions. He's got his own thing going on and refuses to be questioned. No, you're right. No longer on the ball. You're right. That's a good point. He's got his own view as to how the sun functions. It's interesting. It's totally interesting. Holy Spirit guides into all truth. That's right. Brings you straight to the truth. They're all lying for a place in the ark of the new or the new world, so to speak. Okay. Anti-terror mechanism. Oh Lord. And that's Vika's that's right. Hidden in plain sight. That's Vika's stuff going on. That's right. Vika Drazif. Greg Beat, what's happening, bro? I gotta talk to you offline when you get a chance, homie. You get a chance, Greg B. Let's chit chat. All right. Yeah, so I didn't want to miss out on you guys. I wanted you guys to get your words in edgewise. You know what I'm saying? I totally didn't want you to miss out on anything. Guys, as you come in, make sure to like, make sure to share, make sure to sub as you come in. Please like, sub, share. All right. Love you back, bro. Now, one thing we need to remember, just like just like um Mr. Jones said, you got to chew up the bones and spit out what's bad, or chew up the meat, spit out the bones, right? But we've been fooled long enough, and we've been fooled a lot up to this point, to where we're starting to gain some kind of traction as to where we are, as to who we could be, as to who we are, as to where we live. And it feels good to know these things, or to think we're starting to gain some kind of foothold of knowledge on these things, to where now we feel as we're being deceived again, but within our own ranks. It's a shitty feeling, and we don't want to go back to a lie. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of division. There are a lot of strong feelings here. There are a lot of strong feelings. Tell us out. Yes, yes. But now when those flat earthers go, right? Awakened Nemesis mentioned something that's totally important to remember. Why they keep pointing to the south when nobody's talking about the north? Nobody's talking about the North Pole, right? Nobody's talking about what's going down in the North Pole, or what could be going down in the North Pole. Everybody wants to talk about the South Pole. And the southern regions are so vast. These guys are going to be at a freaking small sliver of where the South is, right? That they couldn't possibly be knowing about what's going around with the rest of the ice ring. Yeah. Trying to talk to Jake the asshole for a while now. He's the better of the two twins. Q and Fee and Jake are butt buddies. Oh damn. Wow, bro. Ah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, reality is not a math question. Yeah, there is reality. Yeah. Is it's the ancient art of misdirection. No, you're right. Let's see. There's a constant cyclone at the North Pole, 620 miles an hour, 600 wide, and reaches the stratosphere at the North Pole. Okay. Okay. Then that's where the winds, I wonder if that's where a lot of the winds come from. Some of the winds, because they're saying that some of the winds are coming from the south. I wonder if they originate from the north, hit the south, and then come back. I don't know, just a guess of mine. Anyway, that was my brief rant about that, about what we can expect here in December timeframe, but also the division where it's coming from and why it's something that we need to pay attention to it, right? But we need to be vigilant at the same time. Let me go back to the show over here.
And another thing that I think the Brazilian flat earthers were ahead, perhaps because when they started talking about going to Antarctica in December 2024, 2023, and the Brazilian flat earthers just say, well, why wait until December 2024 if you can do it right now? The December 2023 solstice was approaching. Let's do it now. And let's do it differently. Let's live stream
Mm,
for the whole world to see. Let's end debunk flat earth now. Live stream. And now the flat earthers in Brazil united demanded the same thing. No video footage because videos can be edited, especially now with AI and everything.
thank you. And that's I was going to say that, but I wanted Eddie to finish his thought. That's a very big deal right there. Them dudes are like, "Yo, let's go right now. Let's go right now. Let's make this thing live. Let's get people on it." And then the live is perfect because you could still film the live and then have something like that archived for later on, but it's live. It's happening in real time. And then there's no excuse as to what the final results are, whether it's in the favor of flat or whether it's in favor of the ball. There is zero excuse. It's happening at that time, right? And it's least expected. Now, these guys are going to go out there, make a dang movie, right? Or Lord knows what. But listen, this footage is going to be recorded and somebody is going to make a movie out of this, right? Somebody is going to make some kind of money movie out of this. And then let me get my damn crazy ass face off this bitch. And then people gonna make money. So this is part of why you see part of why a lot of people don't trust these dudes, right? Unfortunately, Jaron and Austin, nobody like really trusts them. Like, can you blame people though? Can you really blame people for not trusting them? And then it's fucked up because they have such good content, right? And though I hear what you're saying, Mr. Jones, chew up the meat, spit out the bones, but with that good content, you can't forget it. But because they're doing what they're doing now and the people that they're doing it with, you don't want to touch that system no more. You don't want to fuck with it no more. It's like it's as if they're taking their name and they're putting it in mud, right? It's like you're deliberately making yourself lose credibility, but to what point? To what degree? And for what? For some money, for some fame, for a little bit of clout? Is it really worth it? At the end of the day, is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Right? Maybe you think that your money might get you some investments and that'll carry you through to the rest of your life, but is it worth your name? Is it worth your your reputation, and your good family name? Is it worth it for everything you've worked for all these years. Jaren apparently has been doing Flat Earth for over 10 years or so, right? And he's built up quite a reputation, a formidable reputation for himself. But now, over these last few months, this is where his reputation is taking him. And a lot of people, I'm not saying any of it is true, but a lot of people are talking bad on his name. And I'm like, man, a lot of this could be alleviated if you just talk to the people, if you sat down as a man. And I think that's part of saving your name and saving face, right? Talk to these people like men. And it could be it could be a damn chess move, I guess, to some degree. But talk to these guys as men so you don't fragment the community, because a lot of this fragmentization, which that's not a word, but you understand what I'm saying. A lot of this fragmenting that's going to happen in the community is happening now because of this shit. And we have to see who the dishonest party is, right? And that dishonest party could be, a lot of people are alluding to Will Duffy as the dishonest party, right? In all this. I did my best. I wanted to give Mr. Duffy the benefit of the doubt. Sav saw through a lot of that, and so did Butters. I wanted to let the guy talk and just speak his piece, but it turns out that much of what he was saying, he's kind of bullshitting us, kind of putting us on, kind of lying to us as well. And so that right there was like telltale sign that if he's lying to us on our show, what's he going to do with Jaren? What's he going to do with Witsit? Right? If he hadn't already, if these guys already know that we're being fed a line, right? And they're just partaking anyway because that bag is that bag sure does look good. That bag sure does taste good. And that bag sure does smell good. And so at the end of the day, it's a monetary thing. We feel it can't, well, what else can it be? What are you going to get out of this? Right. And we're not getting the sufficient answers that we want from that. And I've said time and time again, man, the big eat the little, the strong beat the weak, right? The beautiful smite, or they outshine the ugly. It's just how things are. And if we're on the lower end of the stick, like we're gonna get lower end of the stick results, right? A lot of times, unless by some fortuitous ways and things kind of swing in our direction. But for those of us that ain't got the money, for those of us that ain't got that influence like that, like this is what we're gonna get. We're gonna be stuck asking the questions and demanding answers, and then not getting the sufficient answers that we want. And then you're going to have individuals going to a place, building a narrative on their own watch, right? And then we're stuck with the questions. It's us stuck with the questions. And no, you're right. Truth does beat lies, Mr. Jones. It always does. It does. And so even though we're stuck with the questions, we're coming from a place of honesty, and we're asking legitimate questions. Why did you do this? Why did you leave yourself open to this craziness, to this nonsense? And so Flat Earth Banjo brings up some very valid points that I'm going to let him talk, all right? But like, I think as we speak about what he's talking about, we kind of talk through it ourselves, right? We talk through it ourselves, and we ask these questions in real time, like right now. And then we say, hey, why are you doing this, Jaren? Why are you doing this, Austin? Like, you're going to have to answer for this, guys. Like, you must answer for your actions. And I understand you got, and here's the thing, I say it time and time again, right? That with this, everything happens for a reason. God gives you your position in life for a reason, right? He sure does. He sure does. Whether you believe that or not, guys, I don't know if you guys lost me, but God gives you your position in life for a reason. So if your position is a big position, that's because he feels that you're ready to take on that responsibility. With that big responsibility, you are responsible to the people that view you. You're responsible. They're not your subjects, right? They're your viewers. These people support you. And so you are responsible to provide them the truth in your service. And I'm saying you're responsible to provide them the truth because we don't want to go back to a lie. I am one of those people that view your stuff. I am one of those people that have contributed to your channel, that have given money. So I expect something of good in return. And so does everybody else that watches your channel to the tune of over 200,000 people, right? Maybe you have a channel that has 50,000 people. But if we support you, we want a good in return. And it's a good, not a bad, or not a lie or a falsehood, right? So when questions are being asked, we want them to be answered and answered truthfully. Alan Nordstrom, bro, what's happening, bro? Your name was at the top of the list, man. You was in there and no longer the Balls wiki page, bro. You was up there at the top, man, and we were proud to call you out, man. That's what's up, right? The Arctic just says it's fairly crowded up there and has military importance. Okay, it is what it is. I don't know how far I'm going to go with what Admiral Byrd says. He's a Freemason, but whatever. But continuing on, I don't want to take too much popping my gums, man. My gums over there hurting right now. I'm going to bring back to the video. But like these are questions that we're asking, so many pertinent questions, and instead of being ridiculed, yo, sit your monkey ass down and give us the fucking answers that we fucking demand, right? Because you have a heavy hat to wear. Do not abuse your power with the amount of people that you have that patronize you. I guess you could say patron you, that watch you, right? That support your content, that give you likes, that give you subs and everything else like that. All these people giving you all this clout and information, not information, but rather attention. Like, yo, you have a duty to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? And do the viewers right and give them the truth. It might not be a good truth that we want to hear, but give them the truth. Do not bullshit these people because you're gonna have motherfuckers that do a lot of yeoman's work, right? And they happen to be in chats like mine that do a lot of extensive research. They're gonna find something out, and then you're gonna get exposed, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. And so God gives you a platform, a big platform like this for a reason. You have big responsibilities. You may make big money for a reason. And when when you have the opportunity to grow this big, you have to take advantage of it by doing the right thing. You have to. And just because might makes right, right makes right. Period. Remember that. Might may make right, right? And if you swing the bigger bat, you'll cause the bigger damage. We get that. But right also makes right. Doing what's right is what's right. And so doing right by the people, despite whether you can make the bag or not, you have to do that. You have to look at the long-term effects of it all and who you can damage because it's always going to come back and it's always going to bite you in the ass if you ain't doing it right. Exactly. With great power comes great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. And with that money and with that information and with that fame and notoriety that you're probably going to get, is it worth it? If you selling the people out that got you to that point, is it worth it? And if that juice is worth the squeeze, by all means, man, do what you do. But I'm going to tell you this. If it doesn't turn out in your favor, it's not going to be good for you after the fact. I can promise you that. Everything up to that point is where it's good for you, but then the stuff after that, it won't be the same because your viewers won't look at you the same. A lot of your viewers ain't looking at you the same right now as we speak. It's not like I'm trying to spread a drama or I'm trying to create attention. No, My thing is I want to gel I want to keep the community. I want to keep us together, right? And I want us to make it work. And I want us to show people that we can have discord within the community. But you want to know something? Like a family, like any strong family, you may have disagreements, but then you find a way to bring things back together. Families do that. Families have, like me and my family, we love each other very much, right? I have a very strong bond with my family. My older brothers could be knuckleheads a lot of times, right? And they think the same thing of me. They think I'm a total idiot a lot of times. But even though we disagree, we always get together, we talk shit to each other's face. But as soon as we leave, we talk well behind each other's back, right? And we have a very strong family bond. If we don't agree with something, we tell each other we don't agree. And we could leave not agreeing, but we always come together understanding that we don't agree, but we make it work anyway, right? And we love each other whether we agree or whether we disagree, right, with each other. But that's what keeps our family strong, and that's what makes our bond so important, right? And I think that we need to understand that this is what we need in the flat earth, true earth community. You understand what I'm saying? We may not know each other, but at least we understand our mind, or we understand the basics of how it is we think within the community. And it's important to know what the other individual is thinking, because we're all we got, right? If I see a flat earther out there, true earther out there getting shit talked to about him, guess what? I'm coming to that motherfucker's defense. Wouldn't you do the same? If they're being outnumbered 50-1, people talking shit to them, and they may not have the words to properly articulate something, but boom, right there. You see that motherfucker's under attack, you go in there and you help him or her out. You help him or her find the words to get their point across. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. And you know what? You could be ridiculed together. But at least people will see that this. They'll see that you have this tight bond. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying we're in our own exclusive club, even though every once in a while it might feel like that, right? But we have to come together, and we have to like take each other under our own little wing, right? We just kind of bond. We have to bond in the community like that, and not let these yokels from the outside come in and break us apart over some money, dude. Money is how a lot of us got, a lot of how this world got. It's because of money and the love of money. It's because of shit like that, because of popularity. Because my channel could do this, or I could do that. Bro, if you're not doing it from the ground up, if you ain't getting it out the mud, it ain't worth it. I'm telling you, man, it ain't worth it. Don't do it. Don't fuck around like that. If you're not getting it out the mud and making it work, because listen, the people will support you. If you're doing what's right, if you're doing what's true, people will support you. People will see you for the true person you are, and it'll happen. God will provide. Like God says, man, I will provide. He will provide. It will happen. These things will happen, but you have to come from a place of honesty. As soon as you come from a place of dishonesty, God will take it from you. He does it to everybody. He did it with Solomon. As soon as Solomon got his wisdom, God was happy with him. God was like, dude, you asked for wisdom. I'm going to give you more than what you asked for. Soon as Solomon started acting up, God was like, you know what? All that stuff you was talking, dude, I'm taking it away, dog. I'm taking it all away. I'm taking it all away. I feel you, Alan Nostrin. Everybody does have a different opinion and philosophy, but just seeing how things play out, my thing is, I like to talk shit. I get it, right? But at the same time, every once in a while, I like sit back and observe. You got to sit back and you have to observe. And when you observe, here's one thing that's consistent, right? as soon as you get off of the true path, as soon as you get off of the path of truth and sincerity and honesty, and you start doing something else, something different that is untowards, that is against everything that you originally purport that you believe, like shit just starts going bad from there. Like I notice that. I see that every single time. And even if things aren't popping for you immediately in whatever it is you're doing, you got to stick with the truth. You have to stick with what's honest and what's true, because as long as you do that, no matter how slow the growth, it is coming from a place of sincerity. There's a song called Black Butterfly. I must have sang it a million times, right? Dream conceived in truth never dies. Part of that song, the Denise Williams sings something that comes from the heart, from something that's true. It doesn't go away. It never goes away. It can't. You may lose it. You may lose sight of it for a little bit, but it always comes back and it always remains because it's the truth. It's always it's the thing. It is true. You know what I'm saying? And that's me talking a lot, but I can't stress enough how important it is that these guys, I wish they could understand that, right? That no matter how much money you think this guy's going to throw at you, whatever stain you could possibly cause, if this is coming from a place of dishonesty, it will not end well for you. I promise you, it won't end well for you. And I don't think it's that juice is not worth the squeeze. I've been saying that shit a lot these days. You know what I'm saying? The juice ain't worth the squeeze. But that kind of juice is not worth the squeeze. I'd rather be thirsty, bro. I'd rather be thirsty than drink a juice like that. Anyway, let's continue with Flat Earth Banjo, man. I'm over there popping my lips, man, talking this nonsense. Let's continue.
Nothing but live streaming was accepted by the Brazilian flat earthers. And I'm going to play here a short video of an exchange between this guy here and flat earther, okay, Brazilian flat earther. Go ahead and show you let me see if I have the video here so you can understand, okay? So this is the video that I'll be playing. When you see white, because it's in Portuguese, I'm going to talk about after you watch. White is the flat earther speaking. He was right here. Okay? And when you see in yellow is this guy here. See? Right now you try to read. I know some of you may are just listening, but after I play the video, I'm going to read the whole thing. So pay attention to the exchange between these two guys.
Então, tá aí o desafio, a sugestão para você refutar, beleza?
Não, aceito.
Não vai ser problema, né, velho? Não vai ser problema. Você foi para Macapá, ficou lá 12 horas transmitindo ao vivo lá o seu experimento. Então, a chamada de vídeo eu acho que não vai ser problema, né? O Vilela disse que ia ajudar. O Sacani disse que ia ajudar, então...
O problema da Antártica é que não sei se o local onde a gente vai conseguir contato vai ter internet assim fácil, né? Muito... Até para uma videochamada.
Não. Eu falei com o Chico Matos uma vez, ele disse que vai levar a Starlink lá para a União Glacier.
Mas Starlink não funciona lá, não, pô.
União Glacier, vou guerreiro, tá ligado, né?
Na União Glacier eu não sei se eu vou conseguir, cara, contato.
Pô, irmão, mas é o lugar onde os turistas vão, é o seu projeto inicial, porra.
Não é para poder ficar tirando foto nem vídeo. Você sabe, os caras leram lá que lá não pode ficar fazendo vídeo nem nada. Lá você sabe que não pode fazer os vídeos lá, o pessoal não autoriza, não. Então tem outros lugares. Taxa da
É por isso que a União Glacier, o seu projeto inicial é o interessante de você fazer lá.
Entenda uma coisa. Não.
Sim, você tá querendo.
Não pode, cara.
Você já mudou de planos.
Qual é o seu problema? Qual é o seu problema? União Glacier não pode, cara.
O problema é que você já mudou de planos umas 3 ou 4 vezes.
Mas não pode,
isso tá estranho, pô.
Mas eu vou entenda uma coisa aqui. Entenda uma coisa. Só para ficar claro. Não será na União Glacier, ok? Lá não pode.
Por quê?
Porque lá não pode.
Yep.
Eu
Não
não
tem
vou.
desculpa.
Entenda uma coisa. Se você quiser continuar com isso, você vai ficar só batendo cabeça sozinho aí. Eu não vou fazer nada em relação à Union Glacier, ok?
All right, let me explain here what's going on. This altercation just happened about like 4 weeks ago. Okay. This guy in 2023 had everything set up, saying that, oh, we already have everything set up for December 2024. When the Brazilian flat earthers started demanding live streaming, he backed out totally. So the Brazilian flat earthers were able to identify the guy he had already at Union Glacier, who was going to be hosting them and filming the 24-hour sun. So the Brazilian flat earthers got hold of him and called him up. Say, come on, it's December. Go outside and film the 24-hour sun right now. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Even though the guy has permission even to fly drones in Union Glacier.
What?
So the Brazilians got the upper hand, and this guy walked away from the whole thing. The whole thing 2020 in 2023, they were all exposed. The fake flat earther as shields. So this altercation that you just heard, it was about like 40 years ago, because the Brazilian flat earthers, since they got the upper hand on this, and they totally destroyed the globe arguments, they set up a conference now in December during the solstice there, challenging him again, live stream the 24-hour sun. We will show this on the conference. And if we're able to show live stream for like 6-7 hours, we will end with flat earth right then and there. And this guy is saying here, so at the beginning, the white is the flat earth is saying.
Okay.
So here's the challenge that suggests for you to debunk flat earth, okay? And he is saying, like, won't be a problem, right? You went to North Brazil live stream for 12 hours. Yeah. He had a show lasting 12 hours, So why wouldn't he do 4 hours of live streaming in Antarctica? So the flat earther keeps saying a video call from Antarctica won't be a problem for you. You live stream for 12 hours. Okay. Now, right now, this is now 2024. He says that he can't do it anymore. He's giving excuse saying there's no internet access, in Antarctica. And then finally, and the guy said, no, I have already spoken to your guy there, and they got a Starlink in Union Glacier, so you can do it, And he gave all sorts of excuses, saying that the Starlink doesn't work in Antarctica. And then he says that he can't do it at Union Glacier anymore. He won't be able.
So there it is. There it is. This is the proverbial, hey man, yo, prove it. Show it. Whip it out. What's good? What's happening? And then dude's like, oh, I can't do it yet, man. I can't do it now. I didn't have my spinach, or I got a cold, or I'm not wearing my lucky socks. All the time, there's always some excuse with these dudes, right? So these dudes are like, yo, let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. So this is why Eddie is such a big, like Eddie's voice, if anything, like we noticed that when this final experiment craziness came up, Eddie was one of the bigger and the loudest voice in it all. And I was wondering, like, what's like I was like, all right, I understand Eddie's been around the community for a while, but I was like, dang, why is Eddie taking such a big vested interest in it? But then now that I saw this right here, because I heard Eddie talking about it at the same time, but now that I see this right here, it makes it all make a lot more sense. Eddie's like, yo, this motherfucker's running the same bullshit game on you that these dudes, like, like it's rinse and repeat, right? They running the same thing on Jaren and Austin that the Brazilian dudes, this is Eddie was like, yo, I seen this move already. So now he's sounding the alarm, bringing everybody up to speed on it. And it's like I'm seeing Jaren lose his shit, right? Talking shit about Eddie. And I'm like, yo, like, how are you talking shit about Eddie Allen, Carl? Like, he doesn't do anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's like, why would you talk shit about him? Like, he doesn't say nothing bad about nobody. He's just like, yo, pay attention. Don't do it. First off, Eddie was like, do not do it. Don't fall for the bait. Like, you're falling into a trap. Don't get involved. But then you know, I'm gonna have to call a strike, man. Jaren, you was talking shit about him, bro. Like, you started just talking bad about him, then you started talking bad about his book, right? And I'm like, why? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So I think it's a good thing that Eddie brought this to our attention. You understand? Because this isn't an opinion thing, but when you see something happen and it didn't work, and then you see somebody about to fall into that same trap, yeah, you wanna offer your wisdom and be like, don't fucking fall for it. Like anybody with a heart, anybody with a conscience would do that. You know what I'm saying? So when you came out and you started bashing this dude, like I'm like, what are you doing? Like I'm like, it didn't make sense to me. But now seeing this video and seeing the position that the people involved in this experiment are in, it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Now I kind of begin to see, and it's starting to solidify as to what Eddie is talking about. Yeah. So atmosphere implies a shape. Air has no shape. Dome holds gas in. Yeah, I love Eddie's channel. I love Eddie's channel. Right. I try to catch it on Sundays where he's live. Right. But he brings some good stuff. And this good point. And my thing is this is we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't even know if it is going to happen. But based off of what has happened between the Brazilians, right? Eddie sees a lot of this being played the same way now as he did back then. And so yeah, he's casting caution to the wind because it's like, yo, dude, like don't do it. Listen to me. Like at least talk to him. But if you refuse to talk to him and he's presenting something like this in front of everybody else and you still refuse to talk to him, then at this point, like a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, you're a fucking shill, dude. Like nobody trusts you now. Like nobody really at all trusts you. Nobody trusts you. And then things tend to follow that. If they don't trust you, right, they're not going to want to listen to you. They're not going to want to buy your shit. They're not going to want to, and then it's going to, you know what sucks about that is it's going to rub off on the people that fuck with you. Namely, you know, I don't even want to name the people that fuck with you, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, but those that fuck with you, those that, bro, those that rock with you, it's going to rub off on them, man. And you're doing them a disservice because the dishonesty is a potent, pungent smell, man. And then if it's on you, other people going it's going to get on them if they associate with you, man. So you're playing a very dangerous game. You're playing a very, very dangerous game. And this is all if we're assuming this thing is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But if this is the path that you decide you want to take, you are playing a dangerous game, my friend. And we're not talking a physically dangerous game, but spiritually totally dangerous. Reputation wise, absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't know, man. Like I'm just saying, like I really wish that you guys would talk about it. You guys appear to be good dudes, man. You guys appear to be good dudes. And I think this is a way, I think this is a good opportunity. If you guys could come to the table and discuss it, right? Sit down over some donuts, coffee, some weed if you want to smoke some herb, whatever, right? But discuss it like men. Discuss it. And that would pay dividends in front of the entire community. And whether you go home with your tail in between your legs because you agree or disagree, at least you could show you fucking gave it the old college try. But if you refuse to do that and then you push for this fucking thing to happen, and then we get some results that we don't like because of it, dude, stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by. Because nobody's gonna trust you, dude. Like, nobody. You know what I'm saying? And wow. And I'm seeing your comments here over here, right? Eddie does rock. I like Eddie's channel. Used to be a big fan of Jaren and the big channel. But that stuff has gone downhill and away. Yeah, man. Like, it's sad because I learned so much from him. The Great Plains stretch from Mexico to Canada. 3,000 miles of flatlands, an eighth of the circumference of the earth. Jesus, I know. No longer on the ball. Yeah. 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 No, I know. Nothing has happened yet, but it's a possibility. So my thing is I'm trying to speak on this because hopefully my words can reach him and he can do something like talk with these men. My thing is to have dialogue with the people in your community. This is your community. The globe people are not your community, right? And you have, like I said, you have a responsibility. And I'm speaking so strongly on this because it's like you can prevent a lot of bullshit happening. A lot of bullshit that we foresee, you can prevent it by doing what's right. You can prevent it. So we're gonna talk. A lot of us, maybe some of us ain't gonna say shit, and we're gonna be like, "Yeah, man, you want to shit in your bed? You could sleep in it. Fuck that, whatever." But my thing is, I give a fuck and I care. Maybe I shouldn't poke my nose into other people's business. Man, look, I'm a content creator, right? And I speak on what the fuck is going on in the community, and this is one of the things going on in the community, and I have a say, and so I'm saying what the fuck I feel, motherfucker. Okay, you ain't gotta like it, but shit, you can lump it, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit here talk shit. But my thing is, it's all out of love, man. Like, I want y'all to make up, and I want y'all to come to a place to where you can agree to disagree, or you can agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here talking shit right there. Jaron in 2015, 16, 17, 18 never responded or acknowledged me. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, man. And I support you, bro. I support you. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, man, that Jaron, man, you know, um, the love of money is the root, or mammon, I think it is. The love of mammon is the root of all evil. It is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. And these are not good times we're coming across. We get the results we don't like, it either means they lied or we were wrong. So no, I'm not talking about those results no longer on the ball. I'm saying if things turn out badly, and I'm not saying that they need to turn out good. I'm just saying people will not trust him. They won't. And then you're going to see a lot of money being generated and a lot of growth in certain people's channels. You could expect that, right? We need to be able to handle either situation. And I have no problem with it. I'm just saying stand by for the backlash. If there is going to be a backlash, if this thing even goes down. You know what I'm saying? It does. It does. Sun sets like it should. Nobody will trust the backstabbers. Mm. Plains are the most common landforms on the surface of the earth. The plain is a flat land. Yeah, yeah, totally. Totally. Stick to a smaller channel since then. Yeah. Mr. Jones. Oh, speaking of channels, newer channels, PJ Cruikshank. I don't know if you guys know PJ. PJ's the brother that's always smoking. He is the one that's always on You can see him on Flatzoid's channel, and he's sitting there smoking. All right. And I think PJ Cruikshank, man, y'all check him out. I love his stuff. I've been watching him lately as well. So check out PJ, check out Rogers, check out Roger Ryan's, right? R&R. Roger Ledwell. Roger comes in and he visits from time to time. Check out his channel. I've been seeing his stuff as well, right? PJ Cruikshank and Roger Ledwell. Yes. And thank you. When we mention these guys, like I appreciate that. That's another good thing from No Longer on the Balls wiki, right? When you get on that True Earth wiki and we speak on somebody's channel, we could go ahead and we could jump on that. We could grab their name and we could drop it here in the chat. Look at that. That rhymes, by the way. And you can't beat that with a bat. Hey, I'm all over the place tonight. Yeah. Roger Ledwell. Yeah. Roger's always working, though, man. So PJ Cruikshank, that's one. Roger Ledwell. If you guys have Roger's channel, make sure y'all put that in the joint. Know what I'm saying? Roger Ledwell's another one. And these guys have been doubling it up. Okay. All right, I'll go searching for it. But these guys have been doubling it up, and they've been doing their thing, and they have been basically doing a duet. You know what I'm saying? And so Roger Ledwell is always in there. You know, and I met Roger through Flatzoid's channel. Roger, are you there? So we'll be discussing biblical cosmology. Yes, Roger, are you there? Are we going to discuss this tonight? Yes. Yes. It's like, let me stop. So that's so y'all know how Flatzoid gets down. A lot of times he'll have Roger and the panel on. You know what I'm saying? And this is some of the things we'll discuss. So you might have seen Roger Ledwell get on there. And so he's got his channel as well. And thank you. Thank you for that, Shannon. Thank you. And Shannon and No Longer on the Ball, appreciate y'all for that. Getting these dudes out there. Okay. Make sure that if you know of a Flat Earth channel or a True Earth channel, you get their name inside the True Earth wiki. That's what it's there for. And if you don't know how to do it, get familiar with it. Talk to No Longer on the Ball. No Longer on the Ball will be more than happy to guide you on how to do this. But you have to make sure that you subscribe to that True Earth wiki, which I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that tonight as well. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Hunt, what's going on, homie? Good to see you, man. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's always an amazing thing to see you. So, I don't know if it's in the channel. I'm going to kind of switch gears a little bit, but I'm going to go back to Flat Earth Banjo's channel. I don't know if it's been discussed, but I've been watching Bright Insights with Jimmy Corsetti lately. I've always liked Jimmy Corsetti's stuff. I always like Bright Insight. If you guys don't know, check him out, Jimmy Corsetti and Bright Insights. Right? He was talking about Göbekli Tepe, which is in Turkey, in the southwestern portions of Turkey, and how it's being covered up. I'm not going to talk on it, but I highly recommend it. And when I see that happening, one of the things that I see a lot of these wars kind of following that same script, ignoring the pleas of the people and bombing the shit out of a place anyway. So there's a lot of old world, and yes, so Shannon Emerson, I appreciate you. Göbekli Tepe might be the Tower of Babel. I don't know. I didn't know that. It could be, right? But Göbekli Tepe, they are covering it up. And like I said, I feel a lot of the cries and the pleas of the people, they're not being heard, and they're just covering it up anyway. Right? I feel a lot of these wars that we're involved in, a lot of these wars that are outside of America's purview, is destroying much of the old world. Like, this is a concerted effort, right? A lot of, believe it or not, a lot of Vietnam was destroyed, turned into rubble, and a lot of that was old world stuff. uh, from what I've seen, I don't know if this is actually true or not. They show China, right? And China is close to what was Greater Tartaria or Greater Tartary, Greater Tartary, I think it was called, right? And we just call it Tartaria. For all intents and purposes, we call it Tartaria. But Greater Tartar, China was part of that, right? And a lot of China was old world stuff. And I don't know when it got destroyed. I don't know who demolished it, but we don't see it anymore. And I'm not saying it was pagodas like the old Chinese or the current Chinese pagodas that you see as built in style, but it was built outside of that Chinese style that was right? And the rooftops, how they fan out and everything else like that. So it's just wild when we see this, and we're seeing it real time take place when they're covering up Gobekli Tepe and they're pouring concrete on it, or they're putting trees on it, right? They're doing this just to keep our hands and our eyes away from it. Definitely check out Jimmy Corsetti. Check out Bright Insight and what he has been producing as of late. You'll find it very interesting, and I think it's got correlations with a lot of these wars that we're dealing with. Right, much of the Ukraine being bombed. Ukraine is up there and around those regions, and Ukraine's being destroyed and demolished. Right, you can attribute that to the same thing. And Vladimir Putin's no better. He's part of these motherfucking damn evil people doing this nonsense to the world, getting rid of old world stuff to where we don't have access to it. I just think it's wild. I think it's absolutely crazy and wild. But let's continue with Eddie. Back to the show, people. Back to Eddie Allen Carr's stuff. Um, and the final experiment. Let's get to it.
And then the flat earth say, well, but that's the place where your initial original challenge, in 2023, when you first started, you say, let's go to Neon Glacier, film the 24-hour sun. And now he keeps saying, no, there's no way we can be taking photos of video, you're familiar, blah, 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 with the regulations. And then the altercation, started, and then actually this whole show was like 1 hour long, heated discussion. Now, what I don't see our guys having these heated discussions with Will Duffy. They treat him like a king, like a boss. As a matter of fact, Jaron got mad for one of the guys, Nachiketa.
Yep.
He was trying to find out more about this Duffy guy. And Jaron went on the offensive against Keta and called him all kinds of names.
Yes. And that's right. Nachiketa is the Japanese guy. I think Nachiketa also had Will Duffy on his channel, right? And Nachiketa had a pretty good interview with Will Duffy, from what I saw. And after Jaron like shat all over Nachiketa, who do you think Nachiketa went and he was talking to? Nachiketa went and he was talking with Bro Sanchez, and they started to talk. And then Z was over there, having his discussion with Jaron and as to why shit was turning out the way it was. And then he was pulling Jaron's card left and right. And then he got to talking with Bro Sanchez. And Bro Sanchez ain't got no little small ass channel like mine. Bro Sanchez got one of the bigger flat earth. I think his channel is bigger than David Weiss's joint, right? And so he's got a big following. And so he got this information out there on the airwaves. And Nachikita and Z both got on Bro Sanchez's joint. And Bro Sanchez was like, man, I don't know where he coming from with this whole Home Depot Earth thing, man. I don't know how you gonna come together with that, man. And when what it is that a lot of it don't make sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when Bro Sanchez comes around and he says something, like his words carry a lot of weight. And now I'm just like, this ain't what you want, man. This ain't the flex that you're trying to put out there right before you go out to this thing, because at that point, you're gonna lose all the confidence. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose the confidence from everybody, bro. And that ain't cool. Like if you lose confidence, like from my little last channel, man, it is what it is, bro. Ain't we got us and maybe 2-3 people coming out here listening to me. But when you got big channels like them talking to you, know what I'm saying? And big channels like that already have a and here's the thing is that it's not that their channels are big, but their channels are big and they're listened to by big like when I say bigger people, but people with a little bit more notoriety. So like the Neil deGrasse Tysons and everybody else and people that may be in Hollywood and stuff like that. So their names are going to get around a lot faster than my little old channel and stuff, right? Somebody ain't nobody in Hollywood going to be watching my channel. I can promise you that, right? But they will more than likely watch Z's. They will probably watch Nachikita. They will probably watch Bro. More than likely, they'll watch Bro Sanchez, and then they can compare and contrast, right? And then these guys' names can get around. And so this is a dangerous game again. That I say that somebody like Jaren is playing. You know, and so it's wild. It's not what you want to do. This is not what you want to do because Jaren right now has the biggest channel, and if things don't turn out right, man, it ain't gonna be good. Let's go back to the show. I'm over there flapping my gums again, man. Let's go back to the show, y'all.
So a lot of weird situations here, and we will be discussing this today. So Real Duffy, you guys know, he's being caught in a little bit of controversy here, some contradictions, some lies, you know. And he's a very mysterious guy. But one thing we cannot forget in any shape or form is that he is an anti-flat earther, and he has been for a long time. So that's what makes it even more puzzling, this coziness between these guys who are going to represent Flat Earth and Real Duffy. Just for you to remember where I'm coming from, let's pay attention to this.
And coming in 2024, we are working on something massive, which we think will finally put this flat earth idea to bed for good.
So who is we? Who is we? When he talks, we are thinking, blah, blah, blah. Who is we? Who is behind Real Duffy? How, I don't know if you guys believe in coincidences, but for some guys, anti-flat earthers in Brazil team up with a flat earther to film the 24-hour sun. And then this in January, this video was filmed 2023. So he was just waiting perhaps for the order from someone for the right moment to announce, in the US, this experiment. So as I said, I don't believe in coincidence, right? So Will Duffy, he went to Witsit's channel. He was there, Witsit Kicks It with Will Duffy. And this is the video, the opening of the video, right? This is the welcome that Will Duffy. I don't know if you guys believe in coincidence. This is really weird, the one-eye symbolism. And Witsit, he just by saying it was his wife's idea. The same thing as Jared, his wife's idea had of him to summon the devil. So you guys, truthers, you guys have to be more careful, even with your spouses, your people within your own home. You need to rule over the home, not have this kind of influence. If you watch the video, several people are pointing out and they are telling me that once they post their comments there, it gets removed. But you still can find a few, even on the chat, you see. So I copied and pasted here two of the comments. The one I intro raises questions. You are smart enough to know what that means. Plus, you have your image on the Friday night show as half man, half cyborg, shushing everyone. Are you showing your true colors there? With it, gets it. And another comment, there are many, but just two. With it, talking sounds a whole lot like on the fence. I predicted geocentric globe earther by year's end. Talks with Sid's chat already calling him a new world order agent. All right, so these are the people that are representing flat earthers. And if the interesting thing, you guys, if you just play the video of the altercation between the Brazilian flat earther representing flat earth and the shield, the globe shield. This Brazilian flat earther, he's a lieutenant in the police force, whatever, in his hometown or state. He's very tough, in dealing with certain people. And he's a biblical flat earther. And he's not easy on this guy. But we don't see this happening with our representatives. It's just like they treat him, Will Duffy, like a boss. Okay? So this is a short video from Will at
Flat Earth Banjo. he's like he treat him like he's his boss. That's why he got that picture up there of what's his name, basically like holding that carrot in front of them, that horse's faces, and them dudes just over there playing the tune. They play that music because he's playing them like a bunch of jukeboxes. Let's continue.
With Sid show.
I'm curious. You said you talked to them about it. You talked to the people about seeing it.
You mean the company we're using?
Mm-hmm.
I talked to them about being able to film.
Yeah, but didn't I hear you say that you told them why and they laughed about it? They thought it was funny.
I told them about flat Earth and how they say there's not a 24-hour sun and how I want to go down there and film it. Yeah.
And so I'm asking, did they explicitly tell you? Did they like laugh and say we see it all the time?
No. And so they have a rule of quiet time where they don't want because there's light in the middle of the night. People are going to be tempted to just go outside and talk or whatever, but people are also going to want to sleep. So they just have that general rule. What I told them, hey, we need to be out to film the 24-hour sun. We can be super quiet. They can put us in a corner tent that's further away from a majority of the other tents. It's not that big of a deal.
All right, guys, this is so weird. Okay, so weird. Number one, that's when it should have gone further. So, well, if nobody there has ever seen a 24-hour sun, why waste time going there? How come this guy is paying all this money with the fee and didn't even care about asking, oh, do you see the 24-hour sun? Okay, so this is why makes me think this is more of a movie production, because there will be no live streaming. You have to trust the word of three guys, whoever the flat earth is, Jaron, the bow earther, and the cameraman. So it's just like trusting the three guys who landed on the moon.
Exactly.
And say, okay, we went there. Okay, that's what's going to be. There will be no live streaming. And so weird. I mean, you pay $40,000, whatever. You cannot go outside at night. Like you cannot go outside and film and live stream. So weird. So this whole thing is a movie production, and the guys who are representing us are not representing us. They seem like working for this Will Duffy. You know,
Yo, hey, you want to know what's fucked up? Eh, you want to know what's messed up, man? Look, it's like real talk. Yo, Will Duffy, it's almost as if he entrapped them. He's like, yo, let's who wants to go to Antarctica? Oh yeah, and before you even think about what you're doing, before you even present these paperworks to the lawyer, he's like, hey, here's some forms to go to Antarctica. It's really easy to fill out. Just fill it out. Everything else. You sign that shit, boom. He's like, oh, I'll pay for the trip. You ain't even got to worry about it. I'll pay for all the food. I'll pay for the trip, everything. All you got to do is bring your ass there, bring your film there, and bring your writing material, whatever, filming stuff, right? That's it. I'll take care of the rest. Food, everything. You ain't got to pay for nothing. Dude, you sign, you know how motherfuckers do, especially rich people. Rich people don't do nothing out of charity. Okay. I don't want to lump all rich people in the same thing. The majority of rich people, unless it benefits them, right? Cui bono. Who does it benefit? How does it benefit Buffy? It's still to be determined. We can speculate all day, but do we truly know what his motivations are? But you better believe that a man that rich has lawyers at his beck and call. So if he's asking you, presenting to you an opportunity to go to a place like Antarctica that don't have the money or the resource to go to, like, it's a trick. Like, can't you like take time, like slow it down, just slow it down, just a little bit. Take the time to take a step back, breathe, ask yourself, why is a man like Will Duffy, who is friends with we learned is friends with McToon, right? Why is he going to pay for me to go? I don't trust it. Pay? Let me just, even if you don't have a lawyer, even if you don't have a lawyer at your beck and call like Will Duffy does, you can always talk to a motherfucker that's been in trouble or that's been in financial straits or that has some kind of common sense. Give it, let other people taste it and let them and ask their opinion. Let them hear it. Ask their opinion. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all you had to do. Of course, all of this is hindsight. But what I feel to some degree, they may have signed themselves into something that now they can't back out of it. What do you think? They may have signed themselves into a place to now it's not like all you have to do is say, no, I'm not doing that no more. They may not be able to back out of it. They may not. And so I'm laughing because it's like he's right. He's talking, you're treating him like he's your boss. And meanwhile, you guys have your own shit going on. You have your own channels. You're making your own money. But Will Duffy's over there like he's snapping his fingers and you jumping. You jumping like a couple of monkeys. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. It's funny to watch, but it's sad. It's shad. But it's sad at the same time because it's like, yo, what kind of spell does he have you under? Where if you back out of some kind of clause or agreement, you guys ain't got the funds to battle him in a court of law. You don't have that money. You know what I'm saying? So if he wanted to take you to court for some bullshit, he could very well do that. Or if you back out of some agreement that you originally signed to, right? Like he can get you. And you don't have, man, you know how you ain't got the arm length to box with God. You ain't got the long money to box with Will Duffy. I'm assuming. I'm gonna make the assumption that you don't have the money to go toe to toe with that man in the court of law. So yes, he who pay what's that exactly? Jeff Hunt. He who pays the bills is owed. Agreed. Exactly. again. And it goes back to what I was saying. Might makes right. Might makes right. So whether you agree or you disagree, you signed it. It's his money and word against yours. And that money's gonna win damn near every time. It's gonna win. So I'm thinking that possibly, I'm not saying that this is true, but could Jaren and them have signed themselves into a corner? Who knows? Who knows? But it's funny how Eddie's talking about it and how you guys are presenting it. Like you're being all gentle and nice with them. And I'm like, oh, this motherfucker got you guys, huh? Wow, amazing. He got you guys to say that shit about this earth, this realm, right? Meanwhile, everybody put their trust in y'all. Okay, let's continue.
Treating him like a boss, very politely, you know. And the whole thing is, people when started watching this Whitsitt and Will Duffy show, some of them told me they couldn't get past 10 minutes because all the bro, you know, very similar to Leandro and the Brazilian version of Mactum. And there is more to it, okay? I want to ask a few questions to Will Duffy right now, okay? So there are some regulations to go to Antarctica. If you go to the CDC, Travelers Health, you know, you need to be up to date with this thing here. Your jabs. Are these two, you know, up to date to the jabs? Is that why, you know, it has a cyborg because got so many nanobots inside his body? Not only that, if you go to Chile, you have, even if you don't go to Antarctica, if you go to Chile, if you're planning to travel to Chile, you need to be updated with your C19 jabs. If you're going to Argentina, the same thing. So what kind of power has this Will Duffy in his hand that he's able to circumvent if the guys are not jabbed? I don't know. I cannot speak about them. But is he going to be able to have some sort of waiver so these guys can travel to Antarctica and not having, you know, the jab? How is he doing that? We would like to know, Will, because a couple of years ago, guys, when Kelsey was challenging a flight from Buenos Aires to, I think, Melbourne, and I challenged him back about a flight from Buenos Aires to Perth. Oh, there was a millionaire, a flat earth millionaire, who actually contacted a company, and he sent me all the screenshots of their conversation. The company which they have a G650, you know, the private jet, and a 767, I think a 777. And they say that they needed to stop in South Africa, which makes no sense on the ball earth, but it completely makes sense on the flat earth map. So we would like to know, who are you dealing with? Because more people, you know, you're a pastor, you're not supposed, the Bible says that you can, you know, whatever happens in the closet, whatever you have to speak in the open. People's health is in, you know, people who are taking that thing, you know. Let me show short.
Before we get into that, so question I have for you, Shalom Shire Farm. Banjo has lost his damn mind, and people are spiraling with him. Like, how has Banjo lost his mind? I'm curious. How has he lost his mind? Like, I'm curious. Like, I'd like to know about why you think that. Maria. You showed up late, but it's okay. I forgive you, my Maria. So yeah, something's Shalom Shire Farm. I understand. I understand it hasn't started yet, or it hasn't began yet. But of course, we're taking precaution. We're just trying to take precaution. That's all. We're just trying to take precaution. But I'm curious as to why you think Flat Earth Banjo has lost his mind in this regards, right? And of course, I say yes. When I assume, I assume. I make my assumptions. I make my assumptions, but I'm saying assuming that, right? So yeah, I'm curious. Shalom Shire. I'm curious. I don't think Eddie is way off the mark yet. Yes, you're right. This hasn't gone down yet. If it even goes down, I get it. Yeah, but it's about being fooled. It's about being tricked, and it's also about why say what you're saying and cause this division. Why would you say that something that we see in the sky is going to determine what is beneath our feet, but we still can't explain all of this flatness, and you're going to call it a curve? That's a problem. You understand? And when you have a channel as big as that, now if Jaren had a tiny channel like mine, I'd be like, hey, you say what you want. But when you have a channel as big as he does, and you start saying that we live in a Home Depot world, come on, man. Like, you have a responsibility, bro. You have a responsibility to your viewers. And people say, oh, well, let them, let them, let them. I'm like, no, you can't just let, you can't just, no, there is no let. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You have a big channel. You have a responsibility to do the right thing. You must. And my thing is like, yeah, hey, if we need to get on his ass and force him to do the right thing, like that's what we need to do is the right thing. And the right thing is telling the truth. Right? Tell the truth like it is. If you think this, like say, I think this because, and let that be your opinion. But don't drag the rest of everybody else and be like, this is what it is, because that's what it is. Like, no, you don't have, who are you to be the purveyor of truth, first and foremost? And number two, like, I think what's great about the true earth and the flat earth is oftentimes we're very meticulous with our stuff. We're very meticulous. Not sure what flatness you think exists. Iron Wilson, good evening. But we're very meticulous with looking at the evidence, presenting it as it is. We're like, hey, this is what we see. Can anybody explain why it ain't curving? Right? And somebody has to account for that. Somebody got to. But if you can't account for it, then you can't. And then we'll continue with it's still flat. I think one of the better channels that illustrates it's still flat is Taboo Conspiracy 3. Ben does a great job getting different people from different walks of life, different places all over the world, right? In the same predicament, showing how flat and how level everything is. And they run these experiments over and over and over and over again, right? And so when they run these experiments, it's just further proof that people are catching on. So how are you going to turn around and then say, well, there it is, the light hung out for like a day, and so the earth is a ball, and you're answering for everybody else? But this is why I go back and I say you have a responsibility, because you, with the biggest channel, can't go around and say these things. You can't make these blanket statements. You can't do that. And it doesn't matter how much you protest and how mad you get. You got to realize your position in this community. I'm not going to go say you people on the outside looking in, since you have the biggest channel, they will call you the leader. They will. They will call you the leader. That's just how it is, right? Whether they know you or not, they'll be like, "Well, you're in charge. You got the biggest channel, so why wouldn't you be the leader?" And I understand why they would do that. Not sure what flatness you think exists. It's not what we think exists. It's what we know exists. It's flat, homie. With 10 subscribers, you have a responsibility. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With 10 subscribers, yeah, you got a responsibility. Just be honest, man. Like, don't just keep it real. Calling people shows, talking about them getting the jab, all speculation. Jaron and Witsit say there's no curve. Besides, these guys don't speak for everybody. Don't let them. Don't let them. That's for sure. Right, right, right. Yeah, like, man, like calling them a shill, I could see it, but it's almost like that episode on the Twilight Zone about Bleecker Street. I don't know if you guys remember that, where the aliens were on the outside playing with everybody's house. And then, like, well, maybe you're the alien. Maybe you're the imposter. How do we know it's not you? You know what I'm saying? And so everybody's like the three Spider-Mans pointing at each other, right? You there, you here, right? Everybody's a shill. But me, I'm trying to say, hey, this is a little bit shillish behavior. I could see why some people might call them suspect, right? And this is the thing is when I got Will Duffy on the channel, like this is why I thought it was so important to see what motivated him to do this final experiment. Makes sense to me. So if I was going to call anybody a shill, I'd have pointed the finger at Will Duffy because he has no skin in the game when it comes to the true and the flat earth. I wouldn't go pointing at Jaron. I wouldn't go pointing at Austin Whitsitt or David Weiss. None of them, right? I would go straight for Will Duffy because I was like, it's you, bro. It's you. You're the one coming with the big paycheck. You're the one coming with this opportunity to go to some place that people normally don't have access to. So I'm looking at you with suspicion now because it's like, yo, why does and why is a grown man going to give a little child, a little boy, that's what it looks like. A grown man giving a little boy an ice cream cone and sitting there watching him eat it and smiling at the same time. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right and it doesn't work right. No, it just doesn't. And when Will Duffy comes out with I want to do it out there is no kindness of your heart when you're that successful a businessman making all that money. That shit don't exist. The big eat the little. That's that much we see. We see it. You could say what you want. That is what we see. The big eat the fucking little in that world. And they don't have any regard for people or what they got going on or how much money they ain't got. A lot of times people with money like that just walk on fucking people. And I'm not saying that that's how all rich people function. I said a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes in order to get that rich, you gotta walk on people. You gotta fuck people over, and it's fucked up. It's a sad reality, but it is a reality. Not all the time. Not all the time. Not all the time. But it looks like largely that's what it be. And so I feel that Will Duffy is part of that. It comes from that, and he ain't got nothing good for these dudes, man. He ain't got nothing good for these dudes. I don't know. Let's continue. Tell me what the formula of flat Earth that accounts for objects being blocked. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Iron Wilson. They haven't went yet. So how are they speaking for us? Shalom Shire Fire. So when what's his name said for example, when Austin Whitsitt said when McToon, I think it was, asked him, so if the sun is in the sky for 24 hours, are you going to go ahead and say that the earth is a ball? So you mean he says something along the lines So then flat earthers will call the world a ball, will call this earth a ball. Austin Whitsitt said yes. And I said, no, fuck no. But then somebody with a much bigger channel than mine, Leo, came out and said exactly what I was feeling. Said exactly what I was feeling. He was like, no, it doesn't matter what the fucking sun does. It doesn't determine the fucking levelocity. It's not even a word, but you understand what I'm saying. Doesn't determine the composition of this world. Doesn't fucking matter what the sun does. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying speaking for us, Shalom Shire Farm. Freezer. Yeah. Must be a new. No, Iron Wilson's been around. You want the truth that you get mad at others? No, they're not telling the truth. That's not the truth, Iron Wilson. Is a newbie. You're new to this. That's what he's saying. Now, Iron Wilson's been around. So what if they get called so what if they call you the leader if you have a big channel? What is wrong? No, there is no leader. What I'm saying, Shalom Shire Farm, is that there is no leader. There should be. Do not look for a leader in this community. That is not what you want. There should be no leader. No, because if somebody like Austin Whitsitt, everybody's like, oh, he's the leader in this. It's like, don't look at him as the leader, because what if something happens to him? Now what? We're going to wait for our leader to come back. What if he dies? What if, which God forbid something happens to him, right? Or something happens to anybody, God forbid. I don't want anything, but say something happens to Austin and he can't Austin Whitsitt the way he does. Now what? We rely on him as a leader. Now what? No, don't rely on anybody as a leader. The movement, the idea is the leader. That's what you need. That's how you need to proceed forward. It's not any one. Final experiment implies they're scared. Nothing is final in scientific inquiry. New info is subject to change. What we think we know. All right, sure. No, Ian Wilson comes and goes and trolls a bit. Yeah, he does. People are responsible for themselves. If they are not, no. Shalom for Shire Farm. This is where we disagree. This is where we totally disagree. Yeah, there are people that could think for themselves, but here's the reality of it all, right? It doesn't matter. You have a channel. You have a responsibility with that channel, right? You're asking for money to do things. You have a responsibility. You have a responsibility. Use your channel wisely. Don't lie to the people. If that's your intent to lie, don't lie to them. Doesn't matter what your motivation is. Don't lie to them. Don't bullshit them. And don't like, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, I don't agree with you on that. It's their thing to think for themselves. Yes, it's their thing to think for themselves, but you don't have to lead them astray. That's the bullshit that I'm talking about. Because that's why a lot of people become flat earthers, because of all the bullshit that we've had to deal with. That's why. Bigger channel is. They have a responsibility. To me, chew the meat, spit out the bones. Sure, right. I see your channel is from 2008. Newbie, I think he meant to the channel. Will Duffy. Oh, that's a good one. Can you answer my question? What is the formula for the flat earth that predicts objects being... What do you mean objects being blocked? Objects being blocked. What are you talking about? Yes, Will Duffy. He is a culprit. From the get-go, and I saw it. It's happening. Like, everyone has access. It just costs money. People actually work on Antarctica. I know that. We know that. He quoted NASA Betterment for Humanity. Alan, what does the date of my channel have to do with reality? Antarctica. I asked a question. Now it's not answered. It's a compliment. So you've been around for a while. My channel is from 2014. No, he did not. Whitsitt said the preponderance of evidence overrides the sun. Overrides the sun. That's not what he said. No, that's not what he said. That's not at all what I remember him saying. Shalom Shire Farm. What Austin Whitsitt said was like, yeah, sure. He said, yeah, sure. So he didn't say that. And then McToon said, okay, just checking. And I'm like, no, 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 I don't think that. Hopefully, many of us don't think that. And hopefully, many of us don't let them ride out in the sunset with that. So that right there is when people like Leo and everything else began asking the question, what are you talking about? What do you mean if we see this in the sky? This is what us in the community think. We don't think that. And I totally agree with Leo in that regard. Absolutely. Isn't real if you for our son. No, it just means that we just need further investigation. I am Wilson. I am Wilson. It just means we just need to investigate further. That's all. But it just means we don't understand this world as well as it doesn't get rid of the flatness of this place, I am Wilson, and it doesn't get rid of the fact that it doesn't move. So these things still need to be figured out. That's all it means. You have no model, just your nobody's so we're imagining whatever. I am Wilson, listen. I am Wilson, listen, listen. Nobody's imagining this, okay? If you continue with your bullshit, I'm kicking you out. All right? So choose your words wisely. You understand? That's what I'm saying. You're calling the big channel leaders, and I'm saying not to. I didn't call them leaders. I said you have a responsibility. I said you have a responsibility. I'm not saying like I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to tell you the truth. If you guys are coming here, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. I could be wrong with some shit. What did I don't think I misunderstood. You misunderstood. But I could be wrong with some things. That's fine. But no, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. I'm not going to sit here and beg for your money for Lord knows what. Okay? But at the same time I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to hold true to my word. If I say I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to tell it to you to the best of my ability. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. We've had enough of that. That's the thing. We've had enough of the lies. So when these guys have a channel that's that big, and then they ask for money. Hey, give me some money for this, give me some money for that. It's like, hey, yeah, we want to bless you, we want to help you, but don't lie to us or don't lead us astray or be careful with your wording. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not an okay, whatever. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hey, Butter Biscuits, it's good to see you, bro. Man, welcome, bro. Welcome. It's good to see you, homie. It's good to see you. The ball is a theory. Absolutely. No, the ball. Guys, ignore I am Wilson. I am Wilson. I am Wilson. I hate to have to do this to you, bro. I really, really hate to have to do this to you, bro. All right, homie. I am Wilson. You in timeout, bro. Sorry, man. Oh, I had to do that to you, man. I had to do that. Sorry. In the interview you are referencing, Whitsitt said that if he saw 24-hour sun, 300, he would not believe in a globe, but he would have to go. No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. And this is the conversation between him and McToon. McToon said, so if A, then B. Do you agree? And then Austin Whitsitt said, yeah, sure. That's what he said. I did watch it. Shalom Shire Farm. That's what he said. So I don't know where you're coming from with this whole. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him speaking for the rest of the community. Now, if that's what he believes, then that's fine. Then I'd wonder, but I mean, okay. I'd be like, hey, let's talk about it. Fine. But don't sit there and talk for everybody else. Don't sit there and put your mouth, and this is, and he said that, and this is why guys like Leo came out and made the video that he made. You understand? Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Thing, man. Like, don't be dragging your fucking community. Don't drag everybody into the shit with you, man. If that's what you want to go down believing, then that's what you could believe. If the sun hangs around for 20, it could hang out for 10 million hours. I don't give a fuck. This motherfucker ain't moving and it's not curving. That doesn't change anything. You're talking about the Duffy interview. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm referring to Shalom Shire Farm, the debate that Whitsitt had with McToon. That's what I'm referencing. That's what I'm referencing. You know, Maria Walker, like, this is getting stranger and stranger by the day. This is getting stranger and stranger by the day. Yeah, well, you know what? Shalom Shire Farm, that's what you think. People think that they do, right? And when they have a big channel like that, it poses a problem. This is what I'm trying to get through to you. You may not, sure, I don't think that either. A lot of people don't think that. Oh, he doesn't speak for me. But here's the problem is when you go before the public, they think they speak for you. For example, when Jaron went out and he said interesting during that time where they Netflix screwed him over when he was over there trying to get the freaking the light right so it could be exposed for them to show the flatness of that freaking of that lake or wherever it was at for that movie. Jaron actually took on the role, and we don't have to agree with it, but since he is one of the more prominent figures in the community, people outside the community think that Jaron takes on the role as, hey, the big cheese of the flat Earth, the big cheese of the true Earth. And so when he fucks up during that light thing, right, where they could see the light at a distance, when he fucked up, like everybody said, oh, interesting. And then people would come and be like, oh, well, even Jaron couldn't find the straight horizon, or the flat horizon, or the flat Earth. Jaron even found that it was curved. You know what I'm saying? So they use people like him. They use people like Jaron to get at us. And this is why I'm like, he is not the leader. He's got a big channel, right? He's got a voice. He's got a big voice. He's been in it for a while, but he's not in charge of what it is we have to say. We don't pay alms to that motherfucker. We don't pay taxes to him. We don't answer to him. No, he don't even, some of us, he don't even know who the fuck we are. And we might have our own channel. He don't fuck with us, man. We may visit his channel, see what the fuck he got going on, say what's up, try to talk with him, and then he'll ignore us. Listen, nobody said Shalom Shire Farm. Shalom Shire Farm. Listen. Yes, we know they're wrong. We know they're wrong. We know they're wrong, man. But here's the thing, man, is when what I'm saying, Shalom Shire Farm, is when you have a platform that's that big, you need to start. You need to start to be a little bit more cautious with what you say. You really do. You really do. And then when you start to cause a firestorm, between other big channels, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And now, here's the thing, Shire Farm. Is that what you're saying? Whether even say he's right, say let's just assume he's right. So him starting with Flat Earth Banjo, calling him an idiot, a fool. Him starting with Leo, who's a demonstrable realist. Where Leo on a fire, yes, he's starting a firestorm. Absolutely, absolutely. He's not starting a firestorm. Start talking shit to other big channels. Level Earth Observer, Flat Earth Banjo. He's not starting shit with these people. That's a firestorm. It sounds like it's a firestorm to me when you sit there talking shit about these people, when you sit there making a whole video talking bad about a person because he says that he's a level realist, uh, uh, observable realist. That's what Level Earth Observer is. He's like, listen, it don't move. I see flatness. I see the guys in the ISS making fake videos. So Level Earth Observer doesn't adhere to any map. He doesn't adhere to any ice wall. None of that stuff that many of us take into account. Level Earth Observer does not. He doesn't fuck with that. He only deals with the stuff that we can prove. That's it. But for whatever reason, he's got like 15,000 followers or some shit like that, right? So you're gonna talk shit about a demonstrable realist, where if this is black and I say it's black and I can prove to you that it's black, right? Provided you're not colorblind or anything like that, that I could prove to you that it's black. Other people get to talk shit to me and get away with it. Other people get to talk shit to me and act like it's cool and it's okay. That's a problem. That's a problem. Like I don't see how other people, I don't see how you don't understand that. I'm not trying to be contrarian with you, Shalom Firestorm. I just want you to see where it is I'm coming from. From what I saw with Banjo, him trying to tell him get off the ledge. That's what I saw. And that's what I saw, was he was calling everybody, including his viewers that didn't agree with him, fucking idiots. That's what I saw. And I got on this show. I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? How you going to call us idiots? We don't agree with that shit. We don't agree. I got on the show. I was typing it. I put it in bold letters. I might have even paid $5 or some shit so he could read my shit. He probably totally fucking ignored me. Calling us idiots. And then Leo showed up to his fucking show. And I said, here's Leo. Talk to Leo. Here's Leo. Talk to Leo. Talk to Leo. Talk to Leo. Be a man. Talk to Leo. Totally fucking ignored it. There was run bear something, run bear run, some run bear raw, some shit. Run bear reach something. Run bear run. Run bear run, right? I was like, run bear run. Run bear run said, yo, Leo's here. Talk to fucking Leo. And he didn't want to talk to fucking Leo. And Leo was in his channel. Leo was in his DMs waiting to talk to this dude. Run Boston Bear. That's it. Thank you, Maria Walker. Jesus, man. Run Bear Run. Something like that. Run Boston Bear. There it is. He did not want to talk to this dude. And this is what I was talking about. I was like, yo, you have the golden opportunities to set this nonsense straight. Jared is seeking the truth. Dog. You know what? If that's his way of seeking the truth, by burning those bridges, number one, by calling his own viewers idiots, number two, then that's a fucking problem. That's a problem right there. If you call that seeking the truth, we're idiots because we don't agree. You know how many motherfuckers? So because you don't agree with me, do I call you a fucking idiot? I am Wilson. Have I called you a Just because you don't agree with us, I am Wilson, I'm not going to call you an idiot, right? I may not like the shit that you do sometimes, but I'm not going to sit here and call you out your name, right? I may want to sometimes, but I'm going to be like, you know, I might jump on your case, but you have your own opinions, and that's what they are. They're totally fucking opinions, because we could prove all day that this motherfucker ain't curving. We could prove that all day, and we have proven it all day, I am Wilson. So as far as I'm concerned, you fucking off. You fucking off right now. You understand? You fucking off. See? And that's what I'm talking about. And we wanted, and my thing was, that was a golden opportunity for Jaren to come out and speak his truth, and see these two men come together and talk it out. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. No, people weren't. Most of us weren't attacking him. We were saying, "Yo, be careful." When have I? No, 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 no. Ghost got on you. Ghost got on you. I tried to calm him down. I tried to calm him down. Or if I was talking shit with you, I was talking shit. But the thing is, I am Wilson. I let you get your fucking. Because you got your own opinions, man. You got your own fucking way of doing things. So I'm like, yo, if you don't want to agree, you don't have to agree, right? You've got a bunch of true earthers, flat earthers in here to speak on what the truth is. You don't have to agree, right? And just because you don't agree, I'm not going to be an asshole and kick you out. But if you're going to be in here and troll and fuck off, then I'm going to put you in timeout for sure, for sure. Lumpy gas in a vacuum. What's going on, homie? How's everything? Man, look, my thing is, I just don't want the division. And that's what it was, is when he went off and he started name calling everybody. That's exactly what it was. Well, who are the backstabbers? Who backstabbed who? Who backstabbed who? Shalom Shire Farm. That's my thing. Who backstabbed who? Because his Shalom Shire Farm, as far as we're concerned, the sun is going to go. It's going to arc away from us. It's going to ant-arc away from us. That's what we're expecting. That's what we are expecting. Right? But if it doesn't do that, then it doesn't do that. That doesn't listen, I don't like saying it over and over again, because you guys are smarter than that, right? I don't like saying it over and over again. If it doesn't ant-arc and it hangs out for a zillion million years, I don't care, in that same place, and it doesn't move, it doesn't mean that it's a globe. That's it. It just doesn't. It doesn't make the floor a curve. It doesn't make, and then you're going to feel everything tilt freaking at 23.4 degrees or whatever the fuck it is, and then start spinning at 1,000 miles an hour or 800 miles an hour, whatever it is. And oh shit, now I'm starting to feel the motion. None of that's going to fucking happen. It doesn't matter what the sun does. Do you understand that, Shire? You tell me. I don't know. Tell you what. I don't know who the backstabbers are. But my thing is, I'm not backstabbing anybody. I don't want the division. I just don't want the division. I'm not trying to take sides. I'm saying I agree with him on this. I'm not saying I'm on his side. I agree with Banjo on this. I do. Because you can't come out and say, well, if you're a fucking and that's what it was. You're a fucking retard. If you think that if the sun is over here for 24 hours and you still think the earth is flat, you're a fucking retard. How am I fucking retarded? Because it's not curving. So every fucking pilot out there is retarded because it's not curving. All the fucking APG 63s, APG 68s, APG 66s, that run a fucking raster scan at the horizon, level horizon for hundreds upon hundreds of miles, probably thousands for all I know. That's an idiot fucking radar. Are you serious? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? You sure about that? So we're stupid. So we're backstabbers because we don't agree with a motherfucker. We're wrong. Luke 23:43. Man, it's good to see you, homie. It's good to see you, man. To get a curved level, turns out they don't exist. Oh, Lord have mercy, Mr. Jones. I never look at the ceiling when I'm cleaning the floor. Hey, Barbara, Jehovah's daughter, how you doing, sis? It's good to see you, girl. It's good to see you. I don't know what to tell you. Way too patient for your trolling for a long time. Yeah, man, I feel you. I feel you. Thank you for that, sis. Sunlight and daylight. Yeah, they're totally different. And I think they made those rules clear. I'm good, Luke. I'm good, brother. It's good to see you, man. Luke 23:43. Antarctica. Hopefully she meets up with Uncle Arctica. Boom. No matter what the sun does, the earth is still flat. That's right. It doesn't change. It doesn't change the composition of the earth. Guys, as you come in, please make sure to like. Please make sure to share. Please make sure to sub if you haven't. Make sure to like, share, and sub. Please do not forget. Yeah. And that's the thing is, I don't know how much more we can stress that. We get it. Sun does a 360. Earth is still flat. We agree. Right. But then why? Okay. No. Shalom Shire Farm. And see, that's where Jared getting on everybody is if we agree on that. You see this? You see this right here at the bottom? We get it. If the sun does a 360, the earth is still flat. So basically, if the sun goes behind everybody's head and still hangs out there and is still there, the earth is still flat. We agree. Jaren, with that big ass channel, taking a lot of his people and his own mind, saying that we're idiots. And maybe he's backtracked since then. Maybe he has, or maybe he's offered up a statement to better explain what he meant, and he didn't mean it in that sense. But it sure as hell came out in that sense, God damn it. It sure as hell came out like he wanted to call us a bunch of fucking fools for believing what we see is demonstrable fucking reality. That this motherfucker don't curve and the motherfucker don't move. I'm not tripping. Yeah, most of y'all ain't tripping. So, like, how are we fools? And like I said before, when you start speaking as if you're possessed, we're gonna start looking at you like something's fucking wrong with you. Jaren, what's wrong? Hey, maybe I'm tripping or something, but you need to talk to these motherfuckers with the bigger channels. Talk to them since you want to talk shit about them. Talk to them. And here's the thing: Leo didn't talk shit to him. Leo didn't talk shit about him. Leo responded to what Jaren said. He didn't talk shit about him. He responded to what he was saying. But Leo got shit talked to about. That's what he got shitted on by Jaren. That's the thing. And I'm not here trying to talk bad about Jaren. Don't misconstrue my words, all right? But my thing is this, dude. Again, you have a channel. With that big ass channel that you got a responsibility, bro. Use it wisely, bro. Don't like you're part of a community. You are part of a community. Don't use the community for the wrong reasons. Don't sit there burning bridges with people you have no business burning bridges with. Don't do that. And it's like it's a bad look. Like I don't see how what I'm saying is a bad thing. It's a bad fucking look. How's that bad? Because it is a bad look. It's wrong. How's that bad? Because it is wrong. These people are presenting to you something that's like, yo, don't do this. Do not do this. Like, talk to these motherfuckers. I have a feeling that you're younger than Leo. I have a feeling that you're younger than Banjo. So, with that being said, talk to these guys. Instead of talking shit to them, talk to them. If you need to go in private and talk to them, then do that. Don't make it a dick measuring contest, man, because nobody fucking wins. People lose because of that. Just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that it's a bad idea? You might get some insight as to why, or they might get some insight as to what it is you're trying to do. But you got to talk to them, man. That's all it is. You're a bunch of grown fucking men. Talk to them. And that's what it is. Yes, the aether moves, the air moves, the sky moves. Yeah, totally. Someone should tell the Globers their model doesn't work. Dump a cup of water on a globe. It never works. It never works. Marcy Chan, how you doing, sis? Marcy Chan, how's everything? Hopefully you're doing well. Logical observations. How you doing, bro? Division does not help. Doesn't help at all. Division does not help. Barb, again, you're amazing. I miss you, sis. I haven't seen you in a while. No longer on the ball. There's no use in arguing with Ian Wilson. Yeah. Ian Wilson's just fucking off, man. Ian Wilson's fucking off, man. The measure beneath your feet. Yeah. Oh, you're just correcting. I'm asking a question about how about explaining. Ian Wilson. Come on, bro. Man, Ian Wilson, I think you're in Australia, man. Go make yourself a damn Vegemite sandwich, dog. And go relax, dude. Go have you some Fosters, man. Get you a 40 ounce of Fosters and get you a Vegemite sandwich, man, and go boxing with a kangaroo or something, bro. I don't even know what to say no more, man. I don't hate you, Ian Wilson, but God dog it. God dog it. I'm delighted to have you. Kazmir Sokolowski. Kazimirs. How you doing, bro? Good to see you, family. Mr. Kozlowski. Sokolowski, excuse me. I don't like butchering people's name. Raleigh Studios. Hey, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, what's going on, bro? Oh, bowling. But if you go to the equator on the equinox, it doesn't do a 3. Oh, Lord. Change his explanation yet. Sun going behind him. Okay. White says, yeah. David White says you're a fucking retard if you as much suggest Jaren is a shill. And that's what it, and see, live music, that's a good point. And that's what I'm saying is what's worrisome about the whole thing is that Jaren, his associations could potentially go down with him and everybody that still rocks with him. And I'm not saying that you need to lose your loyalties to Jaren and Jarenism and stuff. Not saying that at all. But I'm saying it's because of his actions and because of how things are starting to look, nobody trusts him. So anybody associating themselves with him, they're going to think that they are in the same vein as Jaren. Whether they are or they aren't, they're going to think that they are of like mind and they are going to have a hard time fucking with them. It's just how shit is, man. I don't make these rules. You know what I'm saying? I don't make those rules. It's just how shit is, and that's how people are. Shit. Just ignore the yellow face. Ollie, good to see you. Maria. My thing is for people on the fence, and it will be shown to school children. Final thing is, yeah. It's going to be interesting for sure. It doesn't matter because they're still going to have to explain why this motherfucker ain't moving like they claim it is and why it's not curving like they claim it is. They still going to have to account for that. They'll be like, okay, the sun is doing those things that we didn't think it was going to do. That's nice. Still ain't curved. Still hadn't curved. Where's that curve at? And that's all we're going to be waiting on is this fucking curve and the measurement for it, which they don't have it. They don't have it. So I seriously think these globers need to shut the fuck up because they don't have any power here. They have zero power here. They just don't. They just troll. Sun rises in the east, flies overhead, and sets in the west. It travels straight, never curving as it travels through the day. All right, whatever. Yeah. Dude, Globers have no power here, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, fortunately for us, unfortunately for them. No matter what the sun does, there's no 24-hour sun there. And that's what it is. Jaren will still be a compromised shield. Yeah. Yeah. Personal gate motivates most today. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. And I don't know what his motivations totally are. Like, but if it's money, if it's clout, if it's notoriety, like them shits are so temporary. They're so temporary and they're just damn. And if that's why one would do something like that, like I feel bad for a motherfucker. I feel bad because the backlash that's going to come from that, it ain't even worth it. Juice ain't worth that squeeze. Burn a bridge with the Glover. Don't even burn a bridge with the Glover. Oh yeah. Who are you talking about? Oh, we're talking about Jaren, Luke. Jaren and the situation, right? And I'm not talking about the situation from Jersey Shore either. Oh Lord. I kill me sometimes. Domino effect of funk that Duffy laid on the community. The only good thing about it is it exposed flat earthers that have bad behavior. Like, okay, like who has bad behavior? It exposed flat earthers with bad behavior. So who? Who are these? Why don't you name a couple with bad behavior? Name some flat earthers with bad behavior. Like, I'm curious as because I see you going to bat for Jaren, obviously. That's fine. That's neither here nor there. But who is the flat earth with these flat earthers with bad behavior? I cuss a lot, and I don't give a fuck neither. I'm gonna still keep cussing. That shit ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So if that's bad behavior, god damn it, I'm going down with the ship. You hear me? Nothing revolves around the sun. Dick measuring contest worked for Eratosthenes. He proved the globe that way. Yeah, right. Been amazed how little Glober friends look into this. Yeah, they claim they do, they really don't. It's kind of weird, Riley. Yeah. Yeah, Luke's here in the house. Measuring tape with me from now on, measuring idiots. They're bigger than others. Yeah, these guys, they're through the roof. I'm good, brother. Brother, I'm trying to hold it down. I don't agree with you continuing to suggest Jared needs to talk with them. The thoughts have been communicated. No need to discuss. Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. Maybe one day they'll be like, you know what? Maybe we need to talk. Maybe. And then I'll be like, hey, you know what? They listened. They finally listened. Then I'll be happy. I'll be like, see, I told y'all. They fucking listened. Now they're talking with each other. I like that. Now, that's what I like to see. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, man. The reason I feel there needs to be some kind of discussion is because you're here. It's not like you're in a war zone. It's not like it's hard. You have the internet at your fingers. You can discuss these things. And you can even have it in a debate type form to where you can debate it out, but at least you can come to an agreement. Now, the reason I feel live music that this needs to be discussed, it's because the true earth, the flat earth is supposed to be different. We're supposed to, and you know what? You may not agree. I feel the true earth and the flat earth, yes, we're people, but we're trying to break away from the way people did fucking things for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? We're trying to break away from the bullshit that a lot of that bullshit that we've been dealing with. We need to do things different. We need to approach things different. So if that means fucking shedding the bullshit and just talking to each other and just having the dialogue, that's what we need to do. We need to approach, and this is what I'm noticing is that in the flat true earth, we need to approach things different. We can't do things the way we used to do things. We just can't. It don't work. It don't work. Because every time we try to do things the old way, it fucks us over. You understand what I'm saying? It just don't fucking work. Oh, you did. It just don't fucking work. You know what I'm saying? So we need to take a different approach, man. And I hate to call it a Glober's approach, but yeah, it's an honest, sincere man. Then discussion would be good. That's not what's going to happen. And Jesus, it's like it's pointless to discuss with live music, man. That's my thing, man. Like I pray that Jaren isn't lying to people, man. I pray that he's not a shill. I pray that he's not full of shit. Like all the bad shit that I'm hearing about him, I'm just praying to God that everybody's wrong. I hope that everybody's wrong. So my thing is that Jaren is in this community, and I would really like for him to debate things and come clean. But if what you say is true, that he's a shill, God dog. Mm, 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 mm. If he's a shill, if he's a liar, mm, mm, mm. That is not what we want to see. That is not what I'd want to see. I mean, if that's what the reality is, then that's what it is. No, no, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But if there's disagreement, not that if there's a lie, if there's disagreement, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I'm attacking this at an angle of Jaren not lying, but rather being somehow misunderstood and misinformed. And so since I'm taking it from that angle, I'm like, yo, talk to these guys. But if it's all out deceit, then no, then that's something totally different. I feel you on that. That I understand. I agree with you. Boy, what's happening, bro? How you doing, brother? How you doing, man? I hadn't seen you in a minute. Find the people that lack the curiosity. That lack the curiosity also lack the ability to admit wrongdoing. Oh, no, 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 no. Uh, how you doing, boy? Yeah, you have to go after it. You got to attack it. You got to go looking. Catch up opinion. Certainly was conveyed very well. Yeah, man. And I tell you, man, I just hope Jaren is telling his truth the way he sees it, and then he could discuss. But if that's not the case, then yeah, based on what you hear about him, listen to it. No, uh, I feel you. I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. And I my thing is to give everybody an opportunity, to give them a chance to come clean, or to give them not come clean, but rather to discuss. But if there's no truth in it, then that's something different. Golly, man. Golly. Shit. Sea Lightning is one I hadn't seen in a while. I don't know if Sea Lightning pays us a visit anymore. Just make sure everything bad you hear about him is actually true. Yeah, yeah. Jared blew up at some simulation Earth is, but he is defending the sun circling model. Okay. Okay. Maria, meaning I've spoken with who are obstinate, need to catch up on flat Earth. Yeah. Anti-Jesus stuff. And yeah, that's one thing that's rubbing a lot of folks wrong as well, is where he says, if the Bible does this and then you should feel like that, then you're fucking retarded. And it's like, uh, like there's a better way, Jaren. There's a much better way, because you've got uh most of your viewers are Christians that read and believe in the Most High and His statutes and laws and that scripture. So when you come in there and you talk bad about it, like, you're not helping yourself. Like, I know you got your opinions, but come on, man. Yeah, 2020. What's it explains the moon? Hey, man, bro, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, live music. And, you know, if you guys bring a different perspective, I'm more than willing to hear it. And I'm definitely more than willing to debate it. Roger Ledwell, man, we was just talking terrible about you earlier, Roger. You know what I'm saying, Roger? We was just talking terrible about you. You hear? Let me stop, man. We wasn't talking bad about you. It's good to see you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we were just talking about your channel, and we were just telling everybody how they can navigate through the how they can navigate through the True Earth wiki that no longer on the ball put together. You know what I'm saying? And it's an amazing tool. If you hadn't used it yet, Roger, I highly recommend it. And for all y'all that haven't used the True Earth wiki yet, listen, I pinned it at the top already. I highly recommend it. It is an amazing tool, and you guys have to get your hands on it. You guys have to use it and see how good it is. But also, here's the thing: this community, us, no longer on its ball, has done his damnedest to make his tool, but it's up to us to make it more robust. That rhymes. Ah, all right. So I'm not saying that. I've been watching closely. Yeah, he's saying to chill and screw the community and sure I'll unsub. Right. And I haven't seen the shilliness, but I could see some shilly where some people would call that chill the tendencies. Like I could see it. Greg B, what's happening, bro? But so like I could see it, but at the same time, it's like I can't call him a shill. And especially what it is it's like he's gonna shill now after all these years. That's what it is. Like I'm torn. I am torn. I am truly torn. But it's like this is why I'm saying please talk. And my thing is for our own sanity, please talk with these people that you're having beef with, so we can all come to an agreement. Because in a great world, in a perfect world, he talked with Leo and he talked with Banjo and he talked with Eric Dubé, and they'd be like, huh, you know what? You know what? I didn't see it that way. I see what you're talking about. I don't agree. And here's why, Jaron. Or Eric, I don't agree. Here's why. Banjo, I apologize for saying your book ain't shit, but here's why I disagree. You know what I'm saying? Leo, you're a demonstrable realist. I didn't mean to make fun of you, but here's why I think your views are silly. You know what I'm saying? Here's why I think this. And then they'll hear them out. And then they'll have their time in the sun to talk. And then they'll go back and forth. And then they'll either agree or they'll disagree. But the thing is they'll walk away understanding the other person. That's what would happen in a perfect world. But if one person is flat out lying, then that's totally different. If one person is lying. Greg B, what's happening, homie? And it brings yes. Yes. Yes, I really wish these cats could just figure it out, but and they're not when this happens within the community, they're not doing anybody any favors. I wish they would understand that part too. That nobody's getting better because of this. You know what I'm saying? And like I always come back to it. I always come back to it like a boomerang. But this is what we should take pride in, the fact that us as a true earth, flat earth community could discuss this nonsense that's going on in the community, right? We can discuss it amongst ourselves, and we would like to see a better way forward, right? And we're chanting for discourse, right? A discussion and some dialogue for these guys to come together and bring it to the table and talk about it. But this is why I think it makes our community so damn special and other communities not so special, right? We see the world for what it truly possibly is, right? And that we were lied to, and that we were lied to, we put that behind us, but we didn't forget. But one thing we remember is that the old way, or the way we did things, may not be the right way of how we did things. And we need to take a new step forward, right? There need to be a bunch of new steps forward in this whole thing. And part of that is how we deal with each other and how we talk with one another and how we come to agree or disagree in certain instances. Like these things are very important. And like I said, man, I take pride being in this weirdo ass community. And I'm gonna call it a weirdo ass community because it's some weird shit, but it's some good weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to be a part of it. But if I have a disagreement with you, I'll talk to you. Like, and if it's in front of people, like maybe if it's not good to talk in front of people and we just go off to the side, we go off to the side and we talk about it. But this community, it's a community, and we want community to function. We want the community to work. You understand? All right, I am Wilson. You can have a different perspective, man. You can have a different perspective. You coming in here fucking off, man. That's how I feel. That's my perspective. I am Wilson. Shit, man. You coming in here. Shoot. Riley Studios. You tripping. That at Greg B, that at Gmail. All right, Barb. Yeah. Barb. Okay. Yeah. And I could, okay. Cool. You got it, Greg. No longer on the ball. Logical observations. I don't know. You sound like you might be from Australia. Glover admits perspective. We'll see. Yeah, right. Glover admits perspective. That's a good one. That's a good one. Big on judging behavior rather than character. Yeah. Man, I just would like to see it end well with us, man. I just want it to work. We've come a long way in this community. Some of us are just getting here, right? But it's a long journey. Being in this true earth community is a journey. And here's the thing, it's probably going to, more than likely, it will stick with us until we're gone, until we're no longer here. But this is part of the journey where we're growing, right? It's not like we're at this, it's not like we're at this age and it's not like we're at this age and we stop learning. It's as if gotten something new and we're trying to figure it out, right? And so this flat earth, and this is why it's so fucking important that we try to make amends, right? And we try to figure this out because it's bad enough that we were all lied to. We were all fucking lied to. All of us were, okay? We were all lied to. I am Wilson. You were too. Sorry to say. You were lied to too. Okay. You're in here with us, right? You don't have to agree with us, but we were all lied to. We've come to terms with that, right? And so we've moved on to the next flight of stairs. Being on that flight of stairs, we don't want to have to deal with the ice. We don't want to have to deal with the bugs. We don't want to have to deal with if one of those stairs is missing a brick or nothing like that. If we could work together to get up those flights of stairs, that's what we need to do. Right? All those other obstacles, if we could work together to get past those obstacles are still going to remain. We're still going to be lied to. We're still going to be told something otherwise. We're still going to be ridiculed, but we know that we're not wrong. We know that this bitch ain't moving. We know that this bitch ain't curving. So right then and there, we know these two facts: not curving, not moving. We're good so far. But with those two things, we're hanging on a ledge. These are the facts. These are the facts. And with these two facts, they're very critical that we hang on. I know some people like this shit right here. Some people like that shit right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's like, let me stop. Yo, let me stop, man. Let me stop. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. But this right here is keeping us on a ledge. This is very strong right here. And a lot of people can't fuck with it. A lot of people can't fuck with it. And so because of that, like you got to think it's it's important for us to work together. It's important for us to work together because our resources, we're still trying to figure that part out too, right? Our resources are rather limited. It's basically the world against us. That's how it is. And then it's the world against us, and then it's those that don't want to admit to it. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? They're those that are hiding in the corner, championing us to tell the truth because they can't do it. They're having a hard time coming out to say it because they don't want that smoke. They do not want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? So we have to attack these issues not only together, but we have to attack them. Like when we attack them head on, like we gotta have each other's back. We should have each other's back. And then if we don't agree, yo, we need to talk, man. That shit was foul. I don't like you mimicking me and talking about my shit, man. Like I totally don't agree with how you handled that, bruh. All right. And it just don't make no sense how you gonna have a Home Depot on one end and then it's gonna be a Lowe's on the other end. Man, that shit just don't make no sense. And listen, man, listen, bruh. Just don't cut me off, man. I'm talking, man. Don't cut me off, man. You know what I'm saying? So either when you have when you have them disagreements like that, you know what I'm saying? It's important still to just bring the people together. You gotta stop. You need to step back, take a breather, regroup, and let's discuss. Let's have a hot. In the Navy, we call that shit a hot wash. You know what I'm saying? When something went bad, something got fucked up, and then it's like because of that, it kind of compromised the operation, and then so the operation is done. You stop, you bring it back, and then you discuss. You have a hot wash. So the hot wash is the time to call people out for their bullshit. But during the hot wash, you discuss how we can move forwards and make things better, right? Call people out for their bullshit. And then it's if you're the one that's causing the fucking ruckus and the craziness, or it's your fault that you did something, then you take accountability for it. If it's you. If it's not you, whew, thank God. But if it is you, take accountability for it. All right, I fucked up. How do I make it better? Right? And then we use the collective to repair ourselves. So then that way, moving forward, we can be better. We can be better. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's so important that we look at the things we fucked up and see how we can make them better. It's so important. And moving forward, we got to understand that like there is no leader. We're all the leader. All of us are the leaders. I'm not the leader. You're not like I'm the leader. You're the leader. Together we're all the leader. It's the thought. It is the idea. It is the proof that is the flat earth because this acknowledgement of the flat earth is important. Acknowledgement and saying that you acknowledge that this earth is flat. Right? Yes, Marcy Chan, exactly. Snafu, yes. Right? But acknowledging that the earth is flat is important. And verbalizing it is important. And then moving forward is important. But then the community is also just equally as important. It's just as equally as, and this is why I keep stressing, for the guys to talk. But live music, you got good points, man. Like I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with. If somebody is in there lying, right? If somebody is lying on a situation that they're actively and knowingly lying, can there be a discussion from a place of truth? At that point, no, because then it's coming from a place of deception. Then at that point, it's coming totally from a place of deception. And yes, truth is very important. Jono Edwards coming out looking like Macho Man. For bat lamps. Yeah, man. Hold on. I'm out here drinking coffee at 1:40 in the morning, and I gotta be up in like 5 hours. Lord have mercy. Juno Edwards. Yeah, they do. Variety is good. Variety is good. And being different is fine. That's okay. And having a different spin on how this place functions, that's fine too. That's fine too. But the community, it's a community, is we move together in unison. That's important. We want that you need the community. We need the community, especially since we come together on a lot of these platforms and stuff, platforms, these channels, we come together. Listen, uh the True Earth Wiki doesn't have a separate. We're content creators. We're all in that same, we're all in there. All of us, the commonality that we all have is we are looking for the truth. We are looking for the truth. There may be alternative channels in there that have the alternative to how we, i.e., the FTFEs, the McToons, and stuff like that. I'm sure they might be in there, but they are not looking for the truth. If they were looking for the truth, you know what they'd be doing? They'd be like, yo, that dude didn't get his fucking ear shot off. He's full of shit. Or did he really get his ear shot off? Or is that bullshit? Or they'd be like, hey, you know what? That shot thing, I think they lied. They lied. They lied. People are dying now because of it. But you want to know something? They're not talking about that. So if they're not talking about that, to me, in my opinion, they're not looking for the truth. They're just there to cause us heartache and to sabotage us, rather than seeing for himself as the overcomer he's supposed to be. I'm doing my best to get through to him, lifting lots of. Yeah, I feel you, girl. I feel you. Prayers go out to you, your hope is Barbara. Prayers are going out to you from me, from the bottom of my heart. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for him. I'm gonna put some words of intent for him. I promise. Those doesn't have all the parts at though the truth is home improvement. That's right. I'll be even at the Himalayas. Oh, daughter. Can I call at the end of the show tonight? Yeah, man. Go ahead. Absolutely. Oh. Of course. Okay. Bed is for later though. Yeah. It's not, yeah. To lift the young men's up. Point them in the straight path. That's right. And that's another thing, man. Marcy Chan, that's a really good point. At the end of the day, we're going to have to face our kids when we're old. What was the cause that you were pushing for? What legacies did we leave behind? Right? We're going to have to face our kids. Right? Did I do my damnedest? Did I give it the old college try? Leave you with a little bit of money. That's easy, man. I could leave I'm going to leave my kids with a little bit of something, right? Leave you with money. But what did I leave you for your future, for my grandkids? You know what I'm saying? What did I leave my kids? Right? What did I leave my kids? Did I leave them better for the future? Did I leave them far worse? Are they prepared? Was I looking for the truth? Was I right? Was I looking for the truth? Was I pushing a lie? What was I doing? What was I doing? Dear God, yeah. There was a night watch except meeting your, yeah. Yeah, Wilson's on the other side of the planet. It's fake because it looks so fake. Yeah. Yeah, because it looks so fake. Yeah, exactly. Luke, like aerial ping pong. Yeah. Sydney for 10 years. Yeah. The next few nights. You got it, bro. Absolutely, Greg B. Absolutely. So, yeah, we've got and listen, this is something that we discussed a few months back. This was like 2 months ago, and already we're in September. Next week we're in mid-September. Okay. The time is quickly approaching. And before you know, next week's mid September. After next week is the fall equinox or the fall or autumn equinox, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be fall in 2 weeks. You understand? We're starting to feel the chill in our bones already. And so we're there. We're there. So you have to think that we blink a wink of sleep and then we're up and then it's already wintertime and these guys are already on top of the possible experiment. No longer on the ball, bro. You have a good night, man. You have a good night, man. And you bet, man. Anytime, homie. Anytime, man. Yo, thanks for coming through, man. I really appreciate you, man. And y'all, hey, listen, if you hadn't subbed to No Longer on the Ball, make sure you sub to No Longer on the Ball. Amazing content, amazing dude. He seem to be posting like every day. So I need to be getting on a little bit more. But of course, the author of the True Earth Wiki, No Longer on the Ball, y'all. Get on that thing and go through it, right? Go through it and contribute to it as well. For 10 minutes. I feel you. Shannon, I feel you, sis. I feel you. Hey, we love you too, Maria. Maria, we love you back. Globalists are globalists because they, yeah. No longer on the ball. Link. Oh, hold on. Let me put this in there. So I'm gonna drop this in here. Guys, if you go ahead, I'm gonna drop this in here for y'all. But if you go ahead and you look at the pinned link at the top of the joint, you'll see it right there. You'll see that True Earth Wiki is at the top right there. You understand? You see it at the top right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I dropped that again. Y'all got the True Earth Wiki right there. And that'll take you directly to the content creators. You'll find No Longer on the Ball right there. Yeah, but make sure you jump on that wiki, that True Earth Wiki. Um, Nobody's like Sav. I know Sav has been talking about it. I talk about it. Obviously, No Longer on the Ball talks about it. But Sav is like the biggest channel so far. Sav's got a pretty big channel, but he is the biggest channel that's been talking. I think you guys need to give that thing a good run for its money, right? You'll find a lot of got a lot of good info. Excuse me, a lot of good info in there, and I don't want y'all to miss out. Just go through it, run through it. You know what I'm saying, and enjoy it. That's for us. You know what I'm saying. We got guys like No Longer on the Ball out there just making good stuff for us. So we need to like give him his flowers and use it. You know. So yeah. Family, it is almost 2 in the morning. I'm about to, yeah, I'm about to go brush my mouth, and I've got to be up in 4 hours almost. Yeah, for like 4 hours, I got to be up. Sea Lightning, my lord, look at that. Sea Lightning 300. Goodness gracious. What you got, man? Sea Lightning, what you got? After fall equinox, every country north and south will see the sun at 90 and 270 degrees. The sun will rise in the southeast and set in the southwest, all over, including the southern countries. Okay. Okay. See Lightning thinking he gonna sneak in here talking that craziness, man. I see you, see lightning. It's been a minute, man. It's good to see you though. It's good to see you, bruh. All right. Oh, brother. Hey, live music, man. It's good to have you, man. And see lightning, everybody coming into the house, man, and coming in, man, and joining us tonight for Truer Tuesday. I really appreciate y'all. Summer's coming. Oh yeah. Macho man. Jono Edwards. Live music, bro. It's good to have you, family. Have a good night, man. Lightning's on that stuff. Yeah, so is Jono Edwards. Thinking it's Macho Man over there. Man, I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. And thank you guys for coming through tonight and doing this with us. The final experiment, we already know it's not a final experiment, but it's got its name, right? And so we're gonna go with it with the name that it was given. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna go with that Christian name that it was given. Anyway, so the final experiment being what it is, this is largely talking about tonight, right? The final experiment, those involved, and the fracturing, the fragmenting of the community that we're starting to witness here, and that we don't want. We don't want that fragmenting of the community. You know what I'm saying? That is not what we want. Let's see, stop that right there. So I stopped that. Yeah, we don't want the fragmenting of the community, and that's what we're seeing. So guys, like let's make sure because we're flat earthers is under attack. You know what I'm saying? When people say you gotta lie to flirt, how does that make any sense? You know what I'm saying? You have to lie to flirt. So you have to lie to be a flat earther. You have to lie to say that there is no curvature. You have to lie about that when we prove it time and time again. How's this a lie? But this is what we're hearing. So they're making shit up against us, making these bad faith arguments against us. We understand what it is. We see it. We call it out from a distance. And hey, man, this is part of why we need to stick together. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? You understand? So, like, listen, look to your left, look to your right, look to the horizon. If you see a flat earther and look behind you, of course, but if you see a flat earther right there, just make sure you support that motherfucker. And flat earther, if you see that person looking at you to the left, to the right, to the horizon, to behind you, support that motherfucker. Support them. We need each other. We are who we've got. Them other people think we're nuts. They don't agree with us. They think we're foolish. That's fine. Let them think we're foolish. We're at the party early, but it's us that are at the party early. We need each other. Okay? We all we got. We are all we got. And if you proceed with that attitude, we'll be fine. Okay? We will be fine. But stick with each other. Don't bash each other, right? That's not going to lead to anything good. And work with one another, right? Because we're worth it. We're worth it. We spent a lot of time doing a lot of research trying to figure this crazy place out, right? And this is as far as we've come. And we just can't drop that. And that's not for naught. You know what I'm saying? And all of our work, don't let it be in vain. And I don't think it's in vain, right? It's been good work. It's been good heavy lifts. We've been pulling it out the mud, man, trying to get a lot of these answers, trying to figure this place out. And I'm not saying that I did it or a lot of these guys have done it for us, right? And so we're out here looking for more. And we're a lot of these guys are out here, we're out here pushing for the truth. And that's all we want, man. All we want is the truth. All we want is our fair shake. That's it. We want fairness. We want truth. We want justice. Justice. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Anyway, family, that's all I got for tonight. Again, I appreciate y'all for coming out and doing this with us tonight, man. It's always a pleasure on Friday. That's going to be it for the week. I'm going to be looking at doing something on Friday. Okay. Not making any promises, but I'm looking at doing something on Fridays as well. Tuesdays and Fridays. So um we need our education. I'm going to get back into finding stuff and then providing it and discussing it, and obviously using our tools that we have available, right? The True Earth Wiki, and using the knowledge that we could get out of there and using that to our advantage, right? So family, that's all I got. I wish you guys nothing but the best, and make sure to be around this Friday because something might be coming. I don't know. If you're around this Friday, I might have something for everybody. I'm not going, I might have something. So be around. I really, really would love to see you guys and see y'all again. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to like, share, and sub this. Please don't forget to like, share, and sub. Like I said, whether we agree or we disagree, we're here. We're here. We're family. We're together, and we need to proceed that way, right? We need to proceed that way. I sincerely believe that. Okay. So at the end of the day, we all we got. And so I'm going to give you guys my blessings, my blessings, nothing but love, family. And with that, I wish you guys nothing but the best. Shane 187 Thompson, what's happening, bro? I wish you guys nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity, most of all, wisdom. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. And with that, family, I love you. I'm out. Peace.